Some may find the following disturbing.
Like
Discretion is advised.
Fucking team is my life, for God's sake. Growing up, like everybody associated me with the Bears. It's like I can't help it. Even when I met Steph, we had a wedding with our tables were actual Chicago Bears players.
Oh, really?
Their numbers, like table. Our table was 34, obviously, for Walter, the bride and groom. But then there was like table number 7 for Hallis. And they had a picture, a black and white picture of each player because the color was like, the wedding color was like purple and gray. So all my groomsmen all had gray suits. Nice. It was slick, really nice. And then the table had the black and white. At the time, it was like Julius Peppers, Brian Urlacher, Butkus, Gale Sayers.
That's wild.
So the board was a giant, kind of like Tooch, but bigger. What he did for you with the player, and then in between it had people, their couples' names.
Right.
Where there was, so everyone was hoping they were. I hope I'm at Urlacher's table. And it was funny because Kari Samuel played for the Bears. He was at my wedding, and I sat him at Urlacher's table because they're boys. He's like, you had to fucking sit me at Urlacher.
That's funny.
I figured you loved that.
Oh, wait a minute. I got a video message from Tyler. Let's see what he says.
Oh, he loves the
I am
video.
freaking jacked about this. I can't even, are you kidding me? Like, I am speeding home from a business meeting that I left early. Brother, what? I cannot wait. I am so freaking honored, man. I just saw your message. I was so, psyched about this all day. I kind of stayed off Twitter for that reason. And so, man, I'm so freaking jacked. I'm just honored and humbled and hope I don't fuck it up, man. To tell you the truth, bro. But I cannot wait.
The winner of our first Super Barfly. A great idea you and Shane had.
Real quick, let's think of 3 questions from Bears Barroom history.
Oh, okay.
That Tyler will have to answer.
All right. Name. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the veterans like Sandy Tom.
Right.
He'll get the hard.
Like he won't know who Jose Cotto is, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Tyler will know because he came later.
All right.
You could say, how about what was? See, I don't even know my fact. The first Christmas song.
Oh yeah, shit. Well, man.
We got to make it easier though, because we want him to knock these 3 out to let people are going to be nervous. Oh shit.
Right. So how about this one? During the summer, we Bears 100 Proof did a spoof on a game show where Phil won the first episode and Shane won the second. Can you name that game show?
Yes. That's awesome.
So
can you name? That's awesome. He's going to be so jacked up. It's going to make it even funnier.
We've had a number of Bears players on the show.
Yes.
Can you name the player who appeared alongside Kyle Long?
Awesome question.
Okay, and then number 3 is
I'm more gotta write these motherfuckers. I love that Kyle Long. So the first one, was what?
I forgot.
See, we're both forgetting.
During the summer, Bears 100 Proof did a spoof on game shows. What was the name of the game show that Draft Dr. Phil won the first contest in? So the answer
this is so good. Like I might have to pre-record this music with me asking the question, so you could just play it and with a deep echo. in the summer. Exactly. Can you do it while it comes up? Do it one time. I mean, no, for you. I want to hear your voice.
Name the player who first appeared.
You gotta get down there. Name the player.
Name the player who first appeared on Bears 100 Proof.
Yes.
All right, and then so we've got 2 questions. So we need one more.
We need one more. What does Shane say in the segment of Tweets of the Week? What is his famous statement?
Oh, yeah. All right, and then we have a bonus question. If he gets all 3 correct, we'll make a bonus question. If he gets that one correct, we'll send him a Bears Barroom cap.
Wow, he's gonna be amped up. That's gotta be hard, though.
That one is gonna be hard, and so I think I got it.
You got it?
I think I got the question, yeah.
Are you saving it to surprise me?
Yeah, I'm going to say it. That's a good idea.
All right.
Because you'll ask those 3, and then I'll ask the bonus question if he gets them right.
The bonus question is on you.
Got it. You ready?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2. You know what, Bears girl? Win or lose, the Bears are playing really exciting football.
And we got the best place to buy your game tickets, Aldo.
Get your tickets now at TixBlitz.com. They have the best ticket selection with great prices and no service fees. The price you see is the price you pay.
You heard that right, Bears fans. No service fees.
Right now, TixBlitz.com is having a flash sale. Use the promo code FLASH5 for 5% off your tickets.
That's TixBlitz.com. TixBlitz.com.
They also have tickets for concerts, other sports, music festivals, and it's the Barroom's favorite place to buy Bears tickets.
TixBlitz.com, where Bears fans buy tickets.
This is the Bears Barroom Radio Network, and we're brought to you by the Verdoliak Law Group, fighting insurance companies since 1963, and BetChicago.com, your source for all of Chicago's sports and betting news.
Here's a story of a coach named Nagy, who was rebuilding our football team to contend. At first, Shane, Phil, and Aldo and the Barflies were relieved that they would never see Fox again. No, it's a story of Mitch Trubisky, who's been busy to become that quarterback. There are some who wanna doubt him, but fuck them. Clearly, they don't know jack. Then the one day when the GA signs a fella, we all knew that they came here cause those two. Clearly this new team is finally ready. That's why Aldo got the Bears Barroom tattoo. The Bears tattoo. The Barroom tattoo. That's why Aldo says, fuck it, get that Barroom tattoo. That Barroom tattoo. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. Nah. A Bears Barroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Bears are alive or 100 proof, even if the Bears win or lose. A Bears Barroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Bears are alive or 100 proof, no matter if the Bears win or lose. Yo, first, the smartest man, no tweets he's ever missing. Impossible, the mission, call out frauds with precision. Our Bears 100 proof, these faces #1 is aura. Slaying dumb tweets, cross-eyed like Contora. Never one to back down to call a fraud a lemon. Wazram, no doubt, Miller's asterisk ending. Cheers, Bears fans. The fire Puerto Rican barkeeping for Chicagoland. He's the godfather, the one, the real producer. Always keeping the show together with the voice that will seduce. Risking out a Firefox, the old timer never stops. IPA, drafts, malts, crafts, barkeep takes the shots. Barflies appreciated worldwide. Canada, Scotland, England, Brazil, Mexico, and Dubai. Dr. Phil is the guy, the one to realize that the barroom needed a show with an endless shoot supply. Go big coat for the narrative on color, brought the Jasons of campaign for Mitchell. Now I'm the usher. Enough for the truth. You know your boy's a little guy. These media heads won't give us credits up to the Barflies. Flies. Fuck a fraud in his keyboard, Twitter tough guys surround us. Raining truth on the Bears worldwide, Barflies astound us. This is the #1 pod, that's the reality of the truth. And if you don't know us by now, Bears 100 proof. Our Bears born room, they're the ones that fight for truth. Bears are alive or 100 proof. Even if the Bears win or lose, a Bears born room.
Every game is in must-win category, but after you got 2 losses and then 1 home loss, we want to be undefeated at home. That was our season goal, so that was a tough one. So right now that's definitely a category that we got to get this win.
In this game, in order to win games, you got to be great on all 3 phases, and we weren't great on any of those phases. And you can't do that, especially against a team like New England, who plays so disciplined and capitalizes off of our mistakes. So it wasn't good enough. A lot of guys probably are a little down today, but definitely disappointed, but not discouraged. And we know that we're a team that's going to continue to fight. We've been fighting. We put that on film, and I'm looking forward to the Jets.
And all the losses we've had, they're just like every time you lose, there's things that can be changed to make the outcome closer or a win. But we've seen a small handful of plays that could have changed the outcome of the 3 games we've lost, and we know moving forward that we control our own destiny in terms of the success of this football team. It all comes down to details and staying in the moment.
Cheers, Bears fans! This is Bears 100 Proof, brought to you in part by TixBlitz.com. If you haven't made the switch to TixBlitz.com yet, you're getting killed with service fees. Join the TixBlitz revolution today. You just heard Bears defensive backs Eddie Jackson and Prince Amukamara, along with offensive lineman Kyle Long, talk about the heartbreaking loss to the New England Patriots and the mindset going into Week 8 for their match at Soldier Field against the 3-4 New York Jets. My name is Aldo Gandia. I serve the drinks at this roadhouse, this sleazy bar room. And I gotta tell you, Shane Marsaw, the smartest man in the bar room, is unable to join us today because of illness, and we wish him, of course, a speedy recovery. But don't you worry, the main act of our show is here. He is, of course, Draft Dr. Phil Atoshin. And we'll have a special guest join us a little later. Barflies know him as the Gaines Report on Twitter, but his actual name is Tyler Ellis. More about Tyler and why he is here later. But first, Phil, we've done almost 200 Bears 100 Proof shows, and you are the only one to have been in all of them. I've missed a couple of shows. I think Shane now has missed a couple. So I want to know, what is the secret to your stamina, and is it something we can bottle and sell as a kind of penis enlargement formula kind of thing?
Well, it's funny you say that because it's the yoga that I do. I've read Sting's book, How to Do Yoga and Help You Last a Long, Long Time with Your Wife. It's also helped you out in the podcast world. So it's funny because you got to have every coach, I would say, has has to have a coach's wife, a great woman supporting you.
Mm-hmm.
So luck has came into play a little bit. And, because I was just sick. And unfortunately, Shane got sick on the day of, because Sunday there would be no way I could have did a show. I was so sick, laying under a blanket watching the Patriots and Vic Fangio shit down his leg as Joe Mandel. So hard for me to say that.
Me too. I want to say Mandel.
I want to say Mandel. Like, I just feel like a hip hop song with it. Like, who's that dude? That's Joe Mandel. Who that dude? That's like, it's like Mandel is like the total opposite.
That's not quite the right handle.
Exactly. Oh, there you go. Aldo has a song. So, yeah.
That was a great show with Mr. Mark Schroeder.
Mark Schofield. You say Schofield. I was Sheffield, Schofield.
That guy knows his shit. He's good.
Oh, is he not a class act? I mean,
he really is. He
brings it.
Yep. Hey, speaking of sickness and all this stuff, I got to ask you this question about Khalil Mack, because now I think it's becoming a little bit of a concern. We're facing a Jets team, and we're going to hear from one of the beat reporters from the Jets that pulled a soundbite where he's describing this pathetic Jets performance on offense last week. But my concern is about Khalil Mack and that ankle injury. Do you believe that the Chicago Bears should seriously consider putting him on mothballs for a week and letting that ankle heal? Because it appears like the only thing that's going to make it better is if he gives it some rest and stays off of it for a week, maybe even 2.
This is something I think the doctors, they have to pay the piper here. Mm-hmm. Tell the best investment for the investment, whatever that is, the doctor's responsible for that. So there's no way this guy's playing if it's a high ankle sprain or it's worse than they feel comfortable with, especially with what they've not only paid him but given up in drafts capital and all of that, and the importance of the guy. I've had ankle injuries. You don't know unless you're the person whether or not you can go or not. And there have been players I was, for everything about me you could joke about, the one thing I could say about my football career is that I had a very high tolerance for pain. And I had many an injury, and I played through it, and I did what I wanted to be out there. The adrenaline just carried me through the whole thing too. And then, the next day you're sore. And with Khalil Mack, he seems like he's that kind of guy too.
Yeah, he's got like a 50 or 60 game consecutive streak going, and he's very proud of it. So yeah, that's a thing.
So, I don't take the dog out of somebody. I always say, can you go? Absolutely. Okay. Then I go to the doctor. Can they go? No, you can't go. Okay, you ain't go. Then as the coach, I make that decision for them.
Right.
I saw that you have the dog, but let's do this. Mm-hmm. If that guy's on the football field, then and he shouldn't be Aldo, then that's a problem in your coach. And I'm sorry, but that's what it is, because you can't put players that can't give their best. Now, 80% of Khalil Mack might be top 10 in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's how good this guy is. So dropping him into the coverage, that whole theory, as me and Mark talked about it, Aldo, on BHL, it's dumb, because you're not resting an ankle moving a 275-pound man or whatever he is, 265, dropping him into coverage and moving him around and having him cut and juke and press. Those short area battles, you could say what you want, but those can be less strenuous than sprinting backwards or backpedaling, slipping on the turf because you're not used to doing it. All of the factors in the movement of going backwards and jerking to the right or to the left. It sounds like, amateur porn there.
I saw that movie.
That's the reality of that. So I'm thinking this is being overdone a little bit. I didn't see a guy struggling with movement on tape. I don't know. I think Brian Baldinger put something up and people are reacting to it. I mean, I didn't see it, Aldo. Mm-hmm. I'm going to watch the all 22 tomorrow and do all my cut-ups. I did a couple cut-ups today, but I wasn't focusing in on Mack. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to watch this because it's becoming a hot topic. But I don't believe that you sit him out to rest him unless it's in the best interest, like I gave you the example. Mm-hmm. The player's always going to tell you, well, the great players are always going to tell you they're fine. Fucking Ronnie Lott cut off his thumb. That was in the middle of the game
right.
to go back and play. Mm-hmm. There's special players out there. I'm sure Mike North could talk about 45 minutes on what Dick Butkus did, what Buffon did. But there's no questioning a person's merits or toughness. So that's why I got all fired up when Miami Dolphin fans were saying, oh, it was a flop. He was flopping. Because that's just not in the player's vocabulary or anything. So when you look at the tape, it doesn't lie. You could see he didn't flop. He got off balance, and the guy pushed him in the ass. And he's falling down because he's off balance based on that step and being fucking held like a fucking terrorist at the airport, for God's sake. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. So let's see where the doctors are. Let's rush the fucking passer with this guy and allow him. And there's also technology today for these injuries that is by far and away, so much better than what I even saw in the 90s, the late 90s playing. So think about 2018. He's got these cryogenic rooms. They got electric stem. They got lasers that shoot into your ankle and your cavity to break away certain fluids that are surrounding any kind of bruising or blood clot. It's unbelievable, the technology. So I think if this guy plays, he's been cleared, and that's good for the Bears because I don't believe any game in the NFL is an easy one. It's not. Even though they're the Jets and they should win, you gotta prove it. Mm-hmm. You've been in every game has been a carnival cruise except for the one I show up. So I'm telling Barflies, go fund Phil to get to every game.
That's right.
So they win them all 48-10.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the interesting thing is I went back and looked at tape the last couple of days, and when I'm looking at Mack, he's still being double teamed or at the very least being chip blocked on virtually every play. Every play. So that, and if there's any diminished performance because of the tender ankle, then that's going to be one issue right there. The second issue is that we're seeing quarterbacks now just get rid of the ball hyper fast. In the Chicago Tribune, it was stated that Tom Brady got rid of the ball faster than any quarterback that the Bears have faced this season, just over 2 seconds and some nano fractions of a second. And so we're going to continue to see that over and over from quarterbacks that just got to get rid of the ball quickly because they're afraid of this pass rush. And so as a coach, what do you tell your defensive players? What do you do schematically to stop a quarterback who is releasing the ball before, you can get to the backfield?
This is what I've been preaching for weeks. It boggles my mind that this team isn't doing it. And you have to go up and play press man coverage. It's so critical to this team's play. You know how good the personnel, I mean, me and Aldo's, I see things differently than most people. I think Aldo can bear witness to it. I love this game. I've been offered coaching jobs while I'm on this show. I don't mean this second, but I've been offered positions to coach this game because I know where my talents are, and I could see, and this team's, their personnel is so athletic, and they flip the field and speed, and you see what they're able to do. Now you drop them off in zones, and you give good passers or even poor passers the opportunity to scan the field and know where to attack a zone. 1, 2, 3, boom, deliver. 1, 2, 3, boom, deliver. That's what you're going to get. If you get up and press someone, you can't do that. You have to read through your progressions, thus making them think. So you look at those Seattle teams. You look at the 85 Bears. You know how much man coverage those guys were in?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And they weren't even good, great corners, but it allowed the pass rush or the blitz to get home because you're right up on them and you throw off the timing. I believe 100% in my heart of hearts that had the Bears gone man and pressed and mixed in zone. I'm not saying you got to man up all game.
Right.
But you're going to mix in zone and zone draw, some zone blitzes. You're going to do that. They would have won that game, and they would have won it going away. Mm-hmm. That's how much better the personnel is. So the coaching, and I think you heard Schofield talk about it. You know, you don't have Gronk there. Now, Gronk would change things up because you got to be able to find – but he wasn't there, Aldo. So the reporter giving you a stat on 2.7 seconds. He's the greatest of all time. He is. And he knows how to attack a goddamn zone with Leonard Floyd and Khalil Mack playing, flat coverage. They know how to burn them. Okay, press him to his right, juke. Go underneath them. Once you do that 3 times, Leonard's going to step and fall for it, and you're going to get outside him. It was the dumbest thing. Like, throughout the game, I'm saying it's stupid. Like, get out of this. And sure enough, they go man. You get an interception. You get a sack. You get a force where Brady throws it into the ground to avoid getting hit because he doesn't want to get hit. Mm-hmm. And you have the horses to do it. That's the shameful thing. Like, this isn't, and I'm not blowing smoke here. This is not, we're a year away. This is, you could win now. Like, it's so, like, that was my rant. Like, hang your hat and get up and be the Seattle Seahawks. And what they did for that defensive line to eat and feast. And those defensive backs became the Legion of Boom because they aggressively played man-to-man, and then they played zone concepts behind it to throw you off. But every coach knew that you were going to get a lot of man. They were going to press you and bump you and be in your face. The little bulldog could do it. Prince of Mukamara could do it. Kyle Fuller absolutely could do it. You could get in their face. Are you going to give up a big play here or there? Yes. Yes, you will. It's going to happen, Aldo. But wouldn't you rather that to help your best position in regards to talent is your defensive line? And what is Aldo saying that these are the fastest ever? That makes Nichols not be a factor. That makes Mack not be a factor. That makes Akeem Hicks not be a factor. Then you got fans out there saying, where's Akeem Hicks? He can't do it. He can't get. How is he going to do it? It's 1-2. It's gone. What is he going to do? So the scheme has to change because that's the game plan. I said it after the Dolphins game with you. I go, if the Bears go back in zone, they're going to have the same. Close doesn't count in anything but what? Horseshoes and hand grenades? That's it, right?
That's it.
You don't get a fucking prize for keeping the game close with the fucking former world champs or the world champ, whoever won. Who won the Super Bowl? It was the fucking Eagles.
How could you forget?
How could I forget? Fucking Eagles who beat these guys who've been there how many years? It's almost like kids growing up today are like, oh, it's the Patriots versus who in the Super Bowl this year? Like that, we haven't seen that. It's like that crazy. So I just remember being a kid, lucking into liking Walter Payton and becoming a Bears fan. And then all of a sudden the Bears were just the shit. It's like 84 came there. 85, holy shit. 86, they were even more devastating. Then they ended up losing. But you were always in the running. Always. Oh, you were going to get the best of the best on Sundays. And it wasn't just defense. It was everything. The fucking mauling off. Like that Cody Whitehair play. When he fucking buries that defensive back in the end zone so Mitch can go in.
Mm-hmm.
That's me growing up, watching the fucking Bortz and Thayer and company and, you know, these guys going after people. Now, that's a long time ago, but there's some value in it. I know Uncle Mikey talks about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's value in that kind of toughness. Get Vic in my office, and we're going to sit down. And I'm the offensive coordinator, head coach, and I'm going to say, listen, no more. No fucking more. We are not going to die by 1,000 paper cuts. We need to go after people. We need to get these guys more confidence. I mean, they look like they're questioning themselves. They can't fucking tackle, for God's sake,
That's
on the back end. I mean, talk about Eddie Jackson. I mean, I don't know what he's doing out there. I really don't. Like, I would bench his ass this week. He'd be sitting. And Houston Carson would be out there. You got nothing to lose. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He showed me a lot, actually, in the preseason. He's around the football. You got to start sending some messages. It really is disappointing to watch. I know Schofield joked about it. I was like, thank God you didn't see the Miami fucking game. That was even worse than the Packer game.
Gosh, yes.
But he's right. I mean, it's crazy. 40-plus yard plays. You have to have some pride now. That shit ain't happening no more.
Well, it better
this is
not,
your home turf.
It better not against the New York Jets, especially with this offense of the Jets struggling so mightily. Daryl Slatter of NJ.com filed a report for his newspaper that I've got some audio of. This is what how he describes what happened with the Jets offense against the Vikings on Sunday. Listen to this.
The Jets only able to convert 2 of 13 third downs today. They were gained 263 yards. They did basically nothing in the 10 drives between their 2 touchdowns at the end of the first quarter and early in their fourth quarter. Those drives netting just 4 total yards on 10 drives. I mean, remarkable stuff in terms of some of the numbers here, the grim numbers that came out of this game for the Jets offense. Sam Darnold's quarterback rating in the final 3 quarters of this game was 7 quarterback rating after putting up a 135 in the first quarter. So he was not able to adjust to the adjustments that the Vikings made to him, and he didn't get a lot of help from his receivers who were out there, and he doesn't have a lot of legitimate star guys to catch passes from him at this point. I mean, Pryor is gone for now. Anunwa is on the shelf for at least a couple more weeks here, and Jermaine Kearse was totally absent, and Robbie Anderson got a little bit of action on Sunday, but those are really his primary legitimate targets. The Jets need to figure out what they're going to do here going forward in order to bolster this offense, particularly as they prepare to play some defenses that are going to challenge them more than the Broncos and Colts did the past couple of weeks.
You add to that a running back core that is decimated by injury. Isaiah Crowell is playing with a bad ankle, and so his performance has suffered as a result of that. Bilal Powell, his status is also uncertain this upcoming week because he suffered a neck injury. Doug Middleton tore his pectoral muscle, and now he is out. Coach Todd Bowles said that they were going to be looking for a running back, so by the time you're hearing this, they may have added a free agent running back to the roster. This team's rushing attack is meek at best, and with no weapons at wide receiver, with a young quarterback who has not seen complex defenses, and it's difficult for him to adjust to changes in defensive schemes during the course of the game. This Bears defense has to come out. And I don't want to say pitch a shutout because it's so difficult to do that in today's NFL. But boy, they should be able to play their most perfect game of the season, very close to what you and I witnessed against the Tampa Bay Bucks, where they bent a little bit, but they hardly broke at all. They gave up a couple of cheap scores, a field goal and touchdown to the Bucks. And I anticipate that this Bears defense should do the same against the Jets. You agree?
On paper, they should. This football team is a talented football team on both sides of the football, and you've seen them lose close games, but this is a game they most definitely should win. Again, I say that in the NFL, anything happens. We've seen it. We've seen Buffalo go to Minnesota and bury them. So if you're not mentally prepared and you see some of that, I don't know, nonchalant, non-caring attitude, then anybody can get smacked in the face. These guys are all talented. But to your point, this is a team that the Chicago Bears defense clearly is more talented versus their whole offense, including you got a rookie quarterback in there who you should be attacking. If anything was a game plan, this is the week to get your defensive linemen's confidence up and get after them. This isn't Tom Brady. And I know Osweiler has not been, what people thought or how much he got paid, but that guy's been in that offense, understands the complexities of it, and the Bears, that's the showcase to show you that this defense needs to tackle. They really do. And that's going to be critical in this football game to get your offense the ball, score and keep scoring, and really go after this team to build up the confidence of your young football team. Because right now, they missed a huge opportunity in back-to-back weeks. There could be an argument that they should be undefeated.
Absolutely.
There could be an argument made that they should be undefeated. And that line, and it's not all players, Aldo. It is a line, though, that some of them will be like, selfishly like, fuck this shit. We can't fucking, they have that defeatist attitude. Mm-hmm. So it's up to the head coach to really wage that. And you've seen him do it with Mitch Trubisky. Like, he's trying to go for the fucking record against Tampa. He's throwing the football. So I think he needs to take a step back and do that for the entire football team.
Totally.
And really say, hey,
agree.
Yeah, we got to do that. Jordan Howard, let's run the fucking football. You need to do that. He needs to see who needs to be peppered a little bit and patted on the back and get their name out into the public, because this is a different time with these young kids, Instagram, and you see all this drama. The Jets also added Rashard Matthews, who got cut by the Titans, who's he's a veteran, crafty wide receiver. So at one point, he was their best receiver down in Tennessee, and they just he didn't want to be there, some craziness. So I don't know if he's going to play. In typical Bears fashion, though, I always say these guys come off the fucking street. Larry Dumblefuck. And he goes and he fucking makes 8 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. You're like, how the fuck is this guy coming off the street? Fucking Terry Obie's ass back in the day. Like, just making diving catches. And so, with that said, though, Aldo, this is a game where we used to call this the get right game privately. You got to get it right. Let's get it right and go out there. And then you'd fucking come up with some sort of billboard material. Or I used to do crazy shit to get my players motivated. It was fun, very funny shit, but.
Well, and it was interesting listening to the players being interviewed today, Tuesday, at Hallis Hall. There was a sense of disappointment from based on what every player that I heard interviewed, those 3 players, Eddie Jackson, Kyle Long, and Prince of Mukamara, who started the show with their sound bites. They all said that there was a huge amount of disappointment in that locker room. And so this is a really important part of Matt Nagy's leadership skills. He needs to really make sure that he's got this team fired up and ready to play at the very beginning of this game on Sunday against the Jets. And Draft Dr. Phil, as a coach, that preparation had to start today. The very first day that he was meeting with the team, and Wednesday during practices and so forth, he's got to get these guys hungry for a win. One of the players talked about that one of their goals this season was to go undefeated for the season at Soldier Field. Now that goal is lost, how do you respond to that? Are you going to go out there flat, or are you going to go out there and say, fuck this, I am going to defend my home field even though we have a blemish on it. That blemish was against the greatest team of this century, so I'm going to go out there and dominate this Jets team, and then the next home game after that, I'm going to dominate that. They have to go out with that fiery attitude, that warrior spirit, and I got to be honest with you, while I like Matt Nagy in so many different respects, he's totally unproven in this part of being a leader. So this is a huge test for the Chicago Bears team. They have to go out there and demolish this Jets team, do it in a convincing fashion so that it gets everybody's spirits back up. Forget the fan base. Worry about those guys in that locker room. Those guys have got to regain their confidence.
Well, you hit it out of the park. This is really, honestly, the biggest game of his career. And I'll tell you why. Because Aldo's hitting it right out of the park. This is that game where you decide, what are you? This is, the chips have all been down. You lost your goal, as Aldo said. You have this young quarterback. You got it was so hot in Miami, Khalil's ankle, all these fucking excuses, all these things that transpired. You lost 2 games in a row. You could be undefeated. Now, are you going to lose this team by going out at home and getting beat by a team that you're far superior than? Now fingers are going to be pointed in the locker room. Trust me. So if you don't get them motivated, if you don't push the right buttons, as I would say, I'm sorry, Aldo, certain players, a fucking Leonard Floyd, get his ass the fuck off the football field. Get him on the bench. Motivate players by playing time. If that doesn't motivate them, then they're not the right fucking player. If you think in podcast or fucking keyboard land, blog land, that, well, you bench a player, they don't care, and they're still getting paid, that kind of attitude, that's the fucking wrong player for you. That is the wrong football. It should be an honor to go out there and fucking play a game, a sport for money. And going up against the Jets this week with your backs against the wall and you've beaten nobody. You've lost 2 in a row. In a game you should have won down in Miami, in a home game you should have beat a dynasty. Now you're coming here against the New York fucking Jets with a rookie quarterback, no receivers. The whole storyline is set up for you to fucking be the shark and fucking attack the bluefish and eat. Eat the fucking school of fish and eat some more. And let everybody know, wait a fucking second, maybe they're back. You in the locker room know that you're back. Like, you needed this to get right game. So if they come out and shit down their leg, we have big issues with the head football coach and the staff, because this team is way, and I mean it, way too talented to go out here home and lose to the Jets.
Speaking of talented, we have a very special guest, and how I want to welcome our guest is with this very special production put together by Draft Dr. Phil. When I first heard it this afternoon, I said, Phil, you must have been on something when you put this together. Listen to this.
Sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Super
Barfly.
Yes, it's Super
Barfly. Super duper poop.
I'm Super. Thanks for asking.
Super duper, super duper, super duper, super duper.
Barfly.
Super
Barfly, baby.
Super
Barfly.
Just come on 100 proof.
Barfly, baby. Super Barfly, fantastic. It's like a magic potion. In order to obtain it, you need that barroom devotion. Coming on 100 proof with the smartest man in Philatosha. Who's a super Bears barroom barfly that's causing that commotion? Hum-diddle-diddle-hum-diddle-lie. Who is that super barfly? Hum-diddle-diddle-hum-diddle-lie. Who is that super barfly? Hum-diddle-diddle-hum-diddle-lie. Who does that barfly? Who's it gonna be tonight? This week's chosen Barfly.
Wow.
That's awesome.
This is our new segment, Aldo. Put me in charge, gave me my production, and Shane and I searched. Well, we've been doing this for months now, checking out barflies and just seeing the growth of Bears Barroom from swag shops. As you can see, the advertisers, and where this, crazy idea came from, a little seed planted to where it is now. I think, and Aldo can attest, ambassadors of the show have been such an influential part of it. In fact, it was very much me getting joked upon about my shout-outs and all that. But I recognized that the important connection that we have to this crazy fan base that we call Barflies. In fact, Aldo dubbed them that geniusly. And it carried through, much like his hashtags. And so getting to this segment of now every Bears 100 proof, we're going to bring our, what I do best and what Shane does, our scouting caps, and recognize true ambassadors of the show, of Bears 100 proof as well as Bears Barroom, but especially Bears 100 proof, because that's where the blood in the vein and the sweat and the tears come into play here at Bears Barroom. It's special to me, Aldo, and Shane, and to listeners all over the world that I've talked to, how important this show is to you. And I listen I pay attention. I could play a certain role, but I know. And this guy, when kind of was spitballing ideas of how to do this, I always wanted to get people on that were writers and characters and do that stuff. But I think the root of it, in the essence of Bears Barroom, was the ambassadors that go out of their way to promote, praise, and see the reality of the truth. One of my favorite lines. And this guy, Mr. Tyler Gaines, the first Super Barfly out the gate. Now, we got a lot to go through because me and Aldo, when you're a Super Barfly, you have a level of expectation that comes with that. You got to know the shows, you got to know songs, you got to know this stuff. And to be able to promote Bears 100 Proof, Aldo, you have to be an intricate part. I mean, Ben Driscolla's Christmas lights were a part of our fucking show.
That's right.
I'm giving away clues for future shows here. How about, Heidi and Ben's mock relationship marriage that Shane proposed? There's so many stories. You had the Hello Show and Jose Cotto getting sick every week like Shane tonight. You've had so much growth in this show. It's crazy. And this guy really touches my heart with the passion you bring to videos, that you shout out Bears Barroom, and the guests that come on, you focus in on doing it. And then you came on the Tailgate show, I think, as a guest, and Aldo can attest, I keep it 100. I'm like, this fucking guy has the it factor that I like. Yes, and I'm always scouting. That's what I do. Like, talent on everything. Singing. Can this fucking guy play the guitar? Let me know, because I want to do a song. That's what I want to do. I'm always looking what's going to help Bears Barroom, the shows, and create something. But loyalty and the essence of that, it takes a lot to put your face out there, Aldo, and say, hey, these fucking guys are good. And then it's not because you then were like, oh, Phil, Shane, and Aldo said, let's add this guy to the Barfly Tailgate show. And Bobby's like, yeah, he's tremendous. No, that's not the only. You're not loyal because of that. You're a part of it because of your loyalty, your passion, your football knowledge, your Bears Barroom fandom. You're proud to be a Barfly. I can see it. It's not phony. It's not you talking shit behind someone's back. It's the truth. And that, to me, resonates. That, to Shane, resonated. And I know to Aldo, who is like the Father Time, they're just grinning, smiling down, saying, yeah. So I've had the pleasure to interview you for a promo I'm working on, a fantastic one for Bears 100 Proof. But if you don't know Mr. Tyler Gaines, he's getting ready. Look at him. He's taking off his shirt.
He came on wearing a suit and a tie. He was the best dressed guy in the barroom by far. And now during that 45-minute long intro, he took off his suit coat, he took off his tie, he took off his shirt, and now he's wearing a gray sleeveless shirt. Bears Barroom. He looks like fucking a Marvel superhero with his arms.
Like he could play outside linebacker this week
outside,
for Floyd.
Look at that. Look at he's flexing now. Holy shit.
This is my dude right here. How fired up are you to be the first unanimously voted Super Barfly?
Real? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, man? It's tatted loyalty. It's on my arm for a reason. Right next to the other side of my daughter, man. This is an honor, bro. Aldo, Shane, everybody affiliated. I am so grateful. This is such an honor. And I'm the first of many. I'm the first to come. Man, since I woke up, I was ready. And I'm like, oh snap. it's 20 minutes. I got to check because something might have changed. Because I'm like, we set a time yesterday. We set a time. I'm like, bet, nothing else matters. I don't want to be on Twitter or nothing. And then I'm like, oh, snap, let me check. And then there was a change. But I'm jacked. I'm honored, Phil, Doc, man, everybody, Aldo, Shane, everybody, man. I'm such appreciative of the entire association, man. I can't even begin to explain.
I got to tell you, brother, you, besides the energy that you bring to the Barfly Tailgate Show, to your interaction on social media, it's also your football IQ, man. It is like it is for most of the Barflies. It is off the charts. You know, part of being a Barfly is having such a passion for the team that you want to know the intricacies of the game. You want to know the shoe size, like we said to one, I think it was Dan Parkins or somebody who was on Bears Barroom Radio Network. And we want to know all these particulars about the players and the team and how it works and so forth. And you're one of those guys that brings the knowledge, man. You're not here spewing, stuff off the top of your head. You do the work, and so for that, I greatly appreciate your presence, bro.
I'm just a product, man. I don't pretend to be like the end all. I always want to know more, and that's what attracted me to Barroom. When I'm hearing Doc and Shane like say shit that I'm like, oh snap, they actually talking football, and I don't know everything, man. But I play the game, and I play inside linebacker. 54 was my number. Y'all want to guess why? And so I just know from experience. I just talk from the game. I talk from what I experienced. Then that's all I can know. If I don't know, I'm gonna find somebody else that knows. I don't need to know everything. I don't want to know everything. You never want to be the smartest man on the block.
I hear you. You want to know the smartest man on the block.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's sick tonight. I don't know if you heard. So he's disappointed, but he did send me a little message to tell you that congratulations. It was unanimous. It was clear and evident right out the gate. This guy deserved to be the first one in. And we're going to do this every week. Barflies that win, Aldo, are going to be involved in the scouting process because you're ambassadors. You've been able to achieve players coming on the show, guests they've helped secure and get them to come on the show. You going out of your way to do those things has only made what I believe was already great be out there louder because of the guests and the people saying, wait a second, Mike North's on that show, Adam Rank has come on that show, Adam Hogue has come on that show, Mark Grody's come on that show, and I don't want to give away any more clues. But there's been a ton of guests for a reason. Not only do we have fun, but I know what people could think about me or what have you, but I believe in my gift. And my gift is to be creative and talk about this game I love and the team I love. And
the Lucky Sperm Club.
See, you're part of the Lucky Sperm Club, Phil.
I am because I have this outlet. And what was once an outlet became, to some frauds out there, a cult. But to us, it's the reality of our truth about wanting this thing that we all love. Is the only thing that brought us all together. The Chicago Bears and this great game, the best game in the world, football, to be better. And that's where this came from. And you being a part of this, I'm excited about this segment and having it kick off with someone like you, who I think resonates the truth, who recognizes energy is important, to fight back. Aldo, #FireFox. That started trending. Oh, you have haters. You're gonna have haters. If they're not hating, you ain't doing it right. I love it. I recognize it. Yes, sometimes I get pulled into it and I'll clap back, and then I gotta calm myself down and recognize, hey, it's basically flattering that you're that fired up with my truth.
Absolutely.
So that's where we've gone to now. Barroom just continues to grow. What do we have, Aldo? Over 6,000 followers now.
Over 6,000. Can you believe that? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it continues to grow, and none of them have been bought or asked for. Hey, please follow us. We will fucking shout you out for $5.
Imagine that.
We're not paying you, Gaines, to be a Super Barfly, but we are going to have some surprises for you.
Oh, yes.
In this journey. You're going to be able to take part in one of everyone's favorite segments, Bear Up and Bear Down.
Yeah.
You're going to be a part of that. You're also going to have the Barfly, not the Barfly, Aldo, the Super Barfly.
Super Barfly.
Super Barfly. I almost want to play the song again because it's so fun. But the Super Barfly test.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Super Barfly. Yes, it's Super
Barfly. Super duper poop.
I'm super. Thanks for asking.
Super duper, super duper, super duper, super duper.
Barfly.
Aldo loves that part.
I love it. It reminds me of my LSD trips back in the 60s and 70s.
You need that reefer drop loaded up.
Oh, gosh, yes.
That was funny. That was funny.
All right, so tell them how we're going to play this little Super Barfly game, Phil.
All right, so every Barfly, you have a chance to be on there. Me and Shane have been watching. Aldo's watching. You got other Barfly employees we're going to have watching, but then Tyler's now going to be watching too, but he's got to perform this one feat. Each and every one of you will be asked to come on the show. You're going to have fun. We hope you don't fail this test. It's 3 questions from the show historically. Every Super Barfly is going to need to pass this test to be included into the Super Barfly special programs. And then if Aldo has a special, almost like I want to talk to that guy, remember Aldo on The Price is Right? And they have maybe have won something special, right, Harry?
That's right.
Yes, he had the big boy.
Tell me what you want, Bob.
Tell me more. Well, he has a chance to win a Super Barfly Bears Barroom cap or hat, right? Winner hat we got.
Yeah, come in like this. And he also has a chance to win a trip to Aldo's house and watch a Bears game together. All right, so here's what we're going to do. There are 3 questions on this Super Barfly quiz show. Tyler, we're going to ask you these questions. It's actually Phil that's going to ask the questions. And so we're hoping that you will get all 3 correct, because if you do, there will be a bonus question where you can win a prize. So
I was in the Navy, so anything multiple choice, I'm good.
Well, listen, if you get 2 out of 3 correct,
yes,
you pass.
We're gonna
You're in the Super Barfly. But if you get all 3 right, you get to go to the bonus round.
Bonus round. All right.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Cue up the music.
Music is cued.
During the summer, we played a game, a famous television game where Phil won the first game and then Shane won the second one. What was the name of that game? This doesn't look good.
Hey, if you don't get this wrong, you're not in jeopardy of losing anything, okay?
Can I phone the smartest man in the barroom?
Phone a friend.
Can I phone a friend?
Would you want to phone?
But I remember the damn number.
You want to phone like maybe somebody like Alex Trebek? That guy knows everything.
outstanding. But you know what? But it's coming back to me. It was a great Jeopardy episode.
There you go! Yes, sir. We got it. I think we got a sound effect for this.
Yeah, we do need.
Put your hands in the air one more time. Here's a better one.
Wow. There you go.
There you go. All right. Question number 2, Phil.
Oh, boy. I'm worried about them.
They don't get easier, huh?
In the off season, we had 2 Bears players on our show at the same time. They were a dynamic duo. One was Kyle Long. Who was his partner on the show?
Besides Hicks?
No! There he is. Wow. There he is.
Boom. Certified Super Barfly.
Very, very well done. Very well done. I was ready to start giving you like clues like, man, is that a hickey on your neck?
That's a top 5 episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's got a ranking. Look at this
nice.
guy.
I like that.
All right.
Here is
the
big
last question. And then Aldo will ask the bonus round if you get this right. In the segment, Shane's dumbest tweet of the week, Shane loves to say something repeatedly. What does he say?
Fuck like I'm 4?
Oh, no.
No. That wasn't his answer. He was warming up.
Let me repeat the question. In the segment, Shane's dumbest tweet of the week, Shane loves to say something repeatedly at interrupting Phil before he speaks. Phil will start out by saying something that Shane will end up repeating.
Yeah, it sort of sounds like.
Oh yeah.
Oh my! It's my fucking favorite tone. It's my favorite tone. Shane. Oh yeah.
There you go.
That's my favorite tone. Yeah.
Wow. Couldn't believe you didn't get it the first time.
Nah, because it's kind of different. Yours is like a. Yeah, but Shane's is like, oh yeah.
That's right. There you go.
How about this? Go on that man coverage. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Like he was listening to the Open.
This is the
all
bonus
the black
question.
dudes got bugs in your basement. Trey's always coming on like a psychic.
Here is the super tough bonus question.
This is it for the hat.
And yeah, if you get this correct, Tyler.
Oh, sorry.
You will win.
Big voice.
Oh yeah, hold on. If you get this correct, Tyler. Man, I wish I had pipes like Tyler does. If you get this correct, Tyler, you will win your choice of a Bears Barroom cap or what are those things called? Those
the Scullies.
Scullies. Or a Bears Barroom Scully. Your choice if you get this bonus question correct. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
There is one player. By the way, Draft Dr. Phil doesn't even know this question yet, but he knows the answer. There is one player that inspired Draft Dr. Phil to become a Chicago Bears fan.
Walter Payton.
Oh! You got it.
Woo! What, hey, was that too easy?
Captain Obvious.
Was that too easy?
Captain Obvious. He knows the show.
He does.
Super Barfly. I I need a Super Barfly celebratory song. I got to make that now.
Oh, yes. Any ideas, Tyler?
Nah, man. We can outsource for that.
I'll have to think of something.
All right.
But no, man. When Phil took the trip to Peyton's Hill, I know that hit him hard. I know that hit him, and Aldo, that was really, really cool of you to do that. And that, because it's one thing for him to come to Chicago to see a Bears game, but for you to make that trip so impactful that he could take a memory like back home with them was really, that is deeper than football.
I'm glad you said that, Tyler, because that's a really good promo for what we're going to do. In the next week or two, you're going to see a video hit bearsbarroom.com where we're going to see Draft Dr. Phil at Peyton Hill. The emotion that he went through, the recollection of the spirit of Peyton as a Chicago Bear, how it motivated him and throughout his entire life. We'll see video of Phil at Peyton Hill running up the hill. It's going to be a really special video, and awesome. That's coming in the next week or two, so be looking out for that. All right, awesome. Are you guys ready for...
This is why he's super I love it.
A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up.
This week, Draft Dr. Phil and Shane Marsaw, the smartest man in the bar rooms, bear ups and bear downs of the week.
A bear up, a bear down. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. They're watching the tape and weighing. The game is done. The Bears have lost and when they're playing the tape and grading. Bear up, bear down. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. They're watching the tape and weighing. The game is done. The Bears have lost or won. They're playing. The boys are grading. Cheeto blockies, I take them out like my girlfriend. Smack 'em, flip 'em, and stick 'em until you can't bend. Till then I'm still, I got hype credential. Barflies, blown out fraud, brothers like Nintendo. 5'7" kind of a small one, but I still store bums. Key suckers in doldrums. As I'm speaking and taking a change in my English, I quickness to get rich. I like chalk, but not chips. Connecticut in the house, but the barroom's where I live. A bear up, bear down. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear
if you could see his face.
Bear down.
This
is another
that is awesome.
Yes.
So let me tell you something. We have to do a segment where barflies are singing to the song, which also we should.
Dude, you just took my. I was thinking like.
I'm looking
I
at
just
Tyler.
got a fucking chill down my fucking spine. I swear to God. I'm like, this
Tyler's
motherfucker's
lip-syncing
giving
the
me an
song.
idea.
Yeah.
We should have come on the show like a karaoke. They sing one of their favorite songs. That would be funny too.
I love it.
But the funny thing, Aldo, is so many people in the interviewing, and I don't want to ruin anything because one of the questions I already told last 100 Proof is, what's your favorite Draft Dr. Phil song? Just keep it 100. I'm right here. I don't give a fuck. I'm proud of what I do and whatever. And this song is one of the top vote getters.
It's a great song. There's no doubt about it.
I honestly was surprised how much, but even my son, Devin, he just loves this song.
All right, here we go. If you don't know what we're doing by now, given the lyrics tell the story here, we are going to each pick. When I say we, I mean Tyler and Phil are each going to pick a Bear Up player, a player from this past week's game who they felt played a really, really good, solid game, perhaps the best game of any player they deem, or perhaps they want to pick a player that just they want to acknowledge the specialness of what he did. It may not have been statistically the best, but the best effort. And they're also going to pick a bear down player, a player who his performance just didn't match what the expectations were for him. So I am going to spin the bottle here. Let me see here what happens as I spin the bottle to see who goes first. And let's see. There it is. Oh. It is Tyler who gets to go first. And as we do every week when we do this segment, you have to pick the bear down player, the player you're most disappointed with. So, Tyler, you go for it.
To be honest, and I don't know if this is going to qualify or not, but the bear down for me is going to be Coach Nagy.
Ooh, interesting choice.
And my justification for that is back-to-back weeks of passive coaching, respectfully, at the times when the game is at the critical point. That's when our character is defined, when the game is on the line. Mm-hmm. We talked about it on Tailgate. I expected the Bears to be in the fight. Mitch said it in the post game. It's not about being close. It's about what you do when you're close. So are we happy to run with the champs? Okay. Are we going to fucking take advantage of it and punch them in the mouth? No, we didn't. And so, come on, Coach. Damn. And then when you talk about, I'm not going to step on nobody's toes, I was mad for you, Phil. I was mad for you. Because when you, come on, you're the head coach. Phil, you guys talked about it. You guys talked about that, like from the post game last week, you and Shane. And so that's my bear down, because at the end of the day, why do you think Lovey got fired? Because the head coach assumes all responsibility. With all due respect, Lovey, you ignored the offense. That's why you always got fired. Same reason why you got fired in Tampa. Same thing happened over again. And so, Coach, yeah, you respect Vic and his pedigree, but come on, man, it's on you. And so you got to be approving the game plan. You know who you're going against. So that's my bear down.
That is an excellent choice, and I actually had it written here. Nagy loses defense. I wrote it down at the early part of the show because it was a topic that I wanted to bring up. You just said, Tyler, that Lovey kind of couldn't coach the offense. He didn't have that pedigree. Trestman couldn't coach the defense, didn't have that pedigree. And so I'm concerned that Nagy may not be able to coach this defense. He's so focused on the offense. He is, by his own admission, so green and learning as a coach that he delegated everything to Vic Fangio. And so in the way he talks post-game, where everything is offensive focus, where everything is focused on the quarterback. And yes, the players are all pulling for Nagy. Yes, the players are all pulling for Trubisky. But when you don't go out of your way as the head coach to acknowledge the efforts, the positive efforts of players on the defensive side of the football, when you're quick to say we lost the game because of two special teams plays, and you bring that up first, and then you cover for your quarterback, you guys have been a lot closer to the game of football than me. I was a coach for a flag football team. That was about it.
Hey, that's awesome.
You guys suited up. You guys played. And
Aldo showed me a fucking picture of these fucking guys when I was at his house. It looked like a bunch of fucking thug gangsters or break dancers. One of the two.
And I loved every single one of those motherfuckers.
And Aldo has the fucking clipboard. It's fucking great.
That's awesome.
So I'm worried about that. This is really, really important that he does not lose that locker room. So great pick, Tyler. Excellent pick.
And then just to jump in, and I definitely want to hear Doc's response to that. And just to be clear, I don't expect him to coach the defense. The head coach position, you don't have to be like the smartest person. You have to be a leader of men.
Right.
And so we don't know what's happening in the locker room. He could easily just be covering for his coach, which he's supposed to do. If Nagy said Vic's fucking up, we'd be like, "What are you doing, coach?"
Right.
So he wasn't. It's like he was supposed to tell us what he's doing, and so. But at the same time, he's supposed to be setting the standard for the team. And so, a leader of men, you have to trust the adults to be adults. He has to trust Vic to put a proper game plan together that can coexist with the type of offense that we're running. Because if we're not going to be aggressive at certain times with the ball, then we got to be aggressive on defense. We can't be sitting in passive zone and be passive off and on offense. So which one is it? We got to make a decision. Not when we going against animals like Brady, people that want a ring. And if we want to make a statement, because we get, as Bear fans, we get mad about the publicity that the other team in the division gets. Whatever. But we have to make a standard and demand respect. And it comes with games like that.
Everybody talks about a culture. This guy is, I don't know if he's listened to my rant, but he's speaking like he did because it's like from the same religion. Everybody talks about, culture changes and what have you. But we talked about it in this segment of the show, which I honestly thank you, Aldo, for giving me that rope and giving me that creative brush so I could just paint my story in Bears Barroom with music and rap and hip hop and fun stuff. And this segment is one of those things that I feel like is a give back. And I'm going to bring this together for you to our fan base, your head coach, and we talk about it, about loyalty. And as Tyler's talking about, you have to have a standard that everybody, including you're a football guy, you're a quarterback, you know fucking defense, you know you're not a head coach if you don't. So you need to go over and set the standard. I totally agree with you. I'm a hothead Italian, so I probably would have said it in the fucking media and said, yeah, everybody's gonna fucking, I would just say that. And then we talk about it later, because if you're not fucking loyal to me, the guy that's fucking the face, making the decision, then I don't want you on my fucking team. So if my thing is we aren't going to play 85% zone, I want more aggressiveness on my football team. I've given you the reins. You coach them up, talk to them, but no, we are not going to fucking die with 1,000 paper cuts against Tom fucking Brady. Like, go after this motherfucker. He's 41 fucking years old. Put him on his ass with the play. Your best fucking positions are the defensive line and Khalil Mack. If they can't think about this. Khalil Mack's getting chipped, Aldo, as you said, every fucking play. How much shitty of a player are you, 94, over there? You can't fucking win one fucking match? Come on. Get his ass out. Send a fucking message. This is my team. Nagy. I'm Nagy. This is my team. You don't like it? You don't want to fucking tackle Eddie? Fucking have your Instagram fucking post in the shower. In the fucking locker room, okay? Because that shit. And you know what? You guys laugh. I've said it for years. I would fucking go there with my father, 2-3 other coaches that I want to fucking hire, and this whole fucking culture would change. Because there's an expectation that you have as a leader of men, a standard, that I'm going to be hard on you because I fucking want you to be the best. I want everybody to know how much they should love you. And that is the truth that Nagy needs to set, because you can't go out against the Jets. This is a great bear down this week. A great one. Look at this. That's why he's a fucking super barfly. He's got me all fired up. Because Nagy, I mean, come on. This is your fucking team. You've been embarrassed twice by the great white hype down in fucking Miami and now against the fucking 41-year-old fucking avocado ice cream eater. Let's go.
Both winnable games. It's upsetting because they're both
6-0.
Easily.
Yep.
Easily. You guys talked about it last week. We lost 2 games on the road. You guys said it last week by 1 point, but we've now lost 3 games by 1 possession.
Absolutely, well said.
And then we can go. There's plenty of excuses, but at the same time, we still got players not in position where they can be successful, and that's a coach's job.
Oh, yeah. This guy's digging in my spine again. Don't get me started on the personnel yet. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, I've actually got a question about that, but I'll save it for after. After this segment. So go ahead, Phil. Give us your bear down player.
Well, I mentioned 2 of the guys in my commentary there, so I'm gonna fucking cheat and pick another fucking guy.
Because there's plenty.
Because if you're not listening to this segment, you're probably not worth my time. So I'm gonna fucking say this.
Bang.
Because I've seen plays occur and I've seen narratives written. I've stood up because I believe in positive energy. I believe in Aldo's fucking hashtags and sending a fight back. You have a voice. You also have hands. You also have, you feet that you could stand up and clap and cheer for this fucking football team like you never did to help assist Nagy into getting that passion. I believe it can be done. That being said, I do not believe this football player can end up being good. And this is a play where Mitchell Trubisky is going to get written a narrative because he throws an interception that should be a fucking completion. But when Josh Bellamy somehow miraculously allows this ball to carry him off of his chest plate with 2 hands, I don't even know how. It's like almost the fucking David Blaine was playing fucking receiver, did a trick. Like, it's so weird how the ball hits him, Aldo, right in the fucking chest. He's out in front of the defensive back. He's getting his hands up late as usual, but and somehow the DB gets it. Then he's got the sun in his eyes. Like, do you not have a fucking clue? It's your home field. Wear a fucking tinted shield. Know what the fuck is going on to help yourself, you dumbass.
It's ridiculous.
It really is, Michael David Trump. It is terrible. And I can't believe that I saw it. Josh Bellamy, I don't know. I don't have time for special teams. And 2 critical plays. The whole story could change. Those are on back-to-back plays, by the way. The sun in his eye play. Then Mitch scrambles to his right. And the narrative is for the blog boys and all the brothers and all of those is, Mitch threw an interception. And all these new Mitch haters out there that are popping up, they're unbelievable. Like, are you watching the same shit I am? Because the stats aren't telling the story because of shit like this. And I get he missed some passes. He's going to miss some more passes. And every quarterback in the league is going to miss some passes. Drew Brees threw a lot of touchdowns, Aldo, right? Missed a lot of passes the other day in that game. I know because he's my fantasy football quarterback, and I fucking came back and beat the shit out of Diddy. Bye, Diddy. Goodbye, Diddy. Anyway, but Josh Bellamy played like he's on Diddy's team, and that is why he is my fucking bear down of the week this week in a field full of fucks.
Boom.
Oh my God.
Boom.
That is hilarious and very well done. Now, We turn our attention to the Bear Up player. We need a little
Bear
good
Up.
news. There you go.
Radio. A bear up, bear up, bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up.
In this case, it is not the smartest man. It is Tyler Ellis. Tyler, tell us who is your Bear Up player for the week.
I try to stay away from the obvious, but I just really we always say who's going to do what before the season starts, who's going to do what and everything. But it was really, really cool for Trey Burton to take advantage of the targets that we wish other people was getting, because it's one thing to be targeted, it's another thing to complete it. And so Trey Burton, man, in the field and trying to get that yak, not going down soft and trying to get more. I love that. So it's one thing to catch the ball, but you can tell who's a warrior. Oh, I caught the pass and I'm happy. Let me fall down so I can get hit. But Trey Burton, quick turn up field, trying to do the spin to get more, and I like that. And so that's my bear up. That's my bear up. Best game of the season, I believe. Finally over five catches, man, and that's what's up. That's my guy this week.
I got to tell you, I love that selection. You know, this guy, we all had high expectations. I remember we did a show early in the season where we did with Brett Maley, where we did over-under, and I think everybody had
Brett.
Yeah, I think everybody had Trey Burton at over 80 receptions or something. I'll have to go back and check, but He's not on a path to get 80 receptions, and the question is why? Why hasn't that rapport, particularly when I went down to Bourbonnais 3 times and saw that connection with Trey Burton and Trubisky was outstanding. And so what the heck happened during the actual NFL games that it's been slow to come to fruition? I'm really, really glad that we got to see that connection at full force. I think it's just the beginning of what these two guys can develop with one another. And I also think that if they continue to attack the middle of the field with Trey Burton, it is going to do so many other incredible things for the run game, for the outside receivers. It's going to present all sorts of challenges for opposing defenses that, you know, Trey Burton could just very well be the key behind this offense, behind Jordan Howard, because I still think that, you know, how Jordan Howard is being misused is the biggest problem with the offense, particularly as you have a quarterback who is developing and you know, still not a 100% ready quarterback. I mean, he's everybody loves Trubisky. Everybody who knows football knows that this guy is capable and he's going to do a great job. But as he's getting to that journey, to that end result of being a great quarterback, we need to rely on Jordan Howard. And we need to rely on Trey Burton over the middle of the field. And so mission one is accomplished with Trey Burton. Hopefully Jordan Howard is next week against the Jets, and this offense now can really start to take off.
And then real quick, it's going to get even more beautiful when we go double tight end sets, baby. Because when Adam Shaheen come back, baby.
Oh,
and then you talk about what the Pats was trying to do with the one dude with Gronk and the other cat. And so when you get a stud, an athletic freak like Adam Shaheen, and then a warrior like Trey, you just add another weapon. So that's why Trey probably won't get the 80 if he doesn't, because we just have so many weapons.
Yes, that's a good point.
Which is not a bad thing. We're winning games.
Absolutely.
Because if he has 90 targets and we don't go to playoffs, then it's not a success.
Right, exactly.
And so if we spread that ball around, that's less people. That's more that the defense has to account for.
Right. Shaheen and Burton together.
Pussy, pussy, pussy. Can't you see?
Pussy.
Yeah, I love the pick. Clearly, kid came to play. He continues to come to play. He looked tremendous against Tampa, too. Down in Miami, I put up the tape, never lies. Mitch missed him twice, maybe 3 times. He could have had a touchdown with this football player. He's a dynamic playmaker at the tight end position. And I think you're on to something big with the Shaheen talk, because that's just going to really open up the whole passing windows and what it is that defenses are going to have to account for, and you're not getting that now. And like Aldo said, like, it's time to cut Deion Sims. Just get him off the rock. He's another guy. He could have been a bear down this week too. It's not pretty.
That was the worst drop I've ever seen. That was the worst drop I've seen in a while.
It was bad. It was 2 hands and hit your chest, ricochets off your chest. You're still looking at it, and then it's like.
The weird thing is how he had his hands positioned. I don't.
Oh my
it was
God,
like he was
wrong.
Totally wrong.
He wasn't expecting to catch a football. It was like he was trying to catch something else besides the football.
He was trying to catch like a fucking Whopper. At the someone's throwing a burger at him. He's like, gonna catch it. Like, who catches like this? Like, what is going on here?
Nobody can catch like that. It's just physically impossible to put your hands that way and come up with a football. It's ridiculous. Oh my God!
I gotta talk to Gilbride's dad and tell him you need to get this dude off the field. Why can't Daniel Brown play?
Yeah, I don't get that.
This is a guy that can attack the seams. Mm-hmm. He's tall. He gets downfield. Mm-hmm. He catches in traffic.
And I think he's as good a blocker as Sims, if not even better.
Exactly. He showed me like he was improving as a blocker this summer. Yeah. I don't understand. That's one of the personnel things that Tyler was talking about that I've written down. Like Daniel Brown, Ben Broniker over Brown in the passing game, to me, doesn't make much sense at all.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Super
Barfly.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
That's all right. He is here, the Super Barfly.
Yes. We can't hear that enough.
We're shouting him up.
All right, Phil, give us your bear up player.
A bear up
and down.
Bear down.
My bear up player is. I
gotta isolate that. Bear up.
I can't miss on this guy praising him because I feel like the narrative is drawn, the line, and I'm not a guy that fights for anything other than the truth in what I see on the tape and effort on the football field, therefore, in watching it live. So when you're first watching, in my head, you're watching the game as a fan. As a coach, I watch it. I can't help it. But I see the players' reactions and how their body language and what kind of energy they have. Like you were talking about. This, against Miami, I honestly saw this kid grow maybe more so than most people. Like, this motherfucker wanted to win. Everything you could say about Brett Favre, as a Bears fan, I fucking hated the guy, but I respected the fuck out of his competitive.
You have to, yeah.
Like, he fucking would. He would throw 3 picks. How are they in this fucking? And then he's throwing 4 touchdowns. Like, Mitch Trubisky had a light go off against Miami. Like, fuck you and everybody. You know, I saw it at Tampa, but that game was a blowout. This was a fist fight. Who's the guy? I know you know, Tyler. Aldo definitely knows. You get into a fucking fight, you're with all your boys, but like 4 of those fucks like disappear. You're in the fucking middle and you're fucking hammering. You got like 3 dudes that you know they fucking got your back. That loyalty, that fucking animal in them. Well, fuck the bloggers and fuck the narrative writers and fuck them all, because Mitchell Trubisky, and this is what Schofield really wanted to say on Bears Hour Live with us, he has the fucking street fighter's mentality. He's got the fucking animal. And that's my father's words to me. My dad loves the Patriots. Your team is 10 times more talented. They're out-coached. That was his thing. But I'll tell you what, that quarterback has the fucking animal in him. That was it resonated with me because I'm fucking sick as shit, Tyler, under a blanket like a little bitch. Like, I can't even get up. I'm not even yelling at the game. I'm just like, balling my fists because I was so sick, like Shane is tonight, I'm sure. That fucking little bitch.
I was really looking forward to Shane too, man. I'm really missing Shane, man. I'm really missing that guy.
I know you are. There it is. Perfect.
There he is.
You know, the greatest thing about Shane is he's been waiting for that all night, and he's cracking up listening to this right now. That's how much love and loyalty I have for these guys, and you too. But getting back, the fucking dog is got to have his day. And this Tampa game was a real bright spot for me watching him live. I saw things that I need to see. Doing the tape has shown me this kid is got it. Now, what Aldo's saying is the fucking remedy. Gotta have Howard be a part of this. And then Mitchell is going to look back. Troy Aikman, he had Emmett, right? Mm-hmm. Think about these things. This isn't a joke. There's only a few Tom Brady's in the world that can just rotate, and he's unbelievable. But these quarterbacks that are great still, fucking Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Phil Simms, O.J. Anderson, Joe Morris, they had backs to help their growth and confidence. Jordan Howard hasn't dropped the pass, by the way.
Looking good.
I'm just letting you know. There's also a pass in this game. I'm going to put it up, tag David. I was going to tag David Guy. I'm not going to do it because this whole fucking story could be written the wrong way. But I really want to showcase the thing that David said he didn't have. He's shown that he worked his ass off to say, fuck everybody, I got it.
Exactly.
Right? And now he's being punished by not using him. And you quoted yourself. I quoted him. Like, if we can't use him as coaches because he's so fucking good, then we're doing it wrong. Well, go back to that person. Meet with that guy, Aldo, right?
Absolutely.
And Mitchell Trubisky, guys, I know I talk. I know there's fucking 3 fucking fans that say they're Barflies, but they're not. They're upset that I'm fucking talking still. Get to the point. Talk about Mitchell. My point, that fucking guy, Mitchell Trubisky, fucking played his ass off against the fucking Patriots. In fact, 2 special teams touchdowns were given to Tom Brady. Mitch fucking scrambles for a touchdown. Mitch throws for a touchdown. Oh, buddy, there were 2 interceptions that should have happened. We're the only fucking franchise I know that counts almost interceptions. I've never heard it before. I've seen Tom Brady throw 6 almost interceptions, one after the other, and then throw 8 touchdowns in a game. Not 8 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns in a game. This happens. It's the hardest position to play in all of pro sports. Calm the fuck down. Or as Jared would say, calm your tits. Because we need to realize that this kid's a young football player in a new system. He wasn't sitting learning this system last year. It's a total different philosophy. You see the deep balls. You see the deep overs, the under routes, the bubble screen, all of it, the read option game. There's so much difference in what it is. But that's not an excuse. He's out there balling. And when the game is at its very end because of coaching errors, personnel snap, a defense that fucking me and Tyler could have played safety instead of Eddie Jackson out there. Because Amos actually played a better game than he missed the tackle. That's going to be the narrative. But he played a better game than people are saying on tape. But the tackling has to improve. Danny Trevathan didn't play that great of a game for grandma. Numbers could tell a different fucking story, I'm just looking at the tape. So Mitch played a fucking whale of a game with errors in it, but at the very last play, Aldo, Cush misses his fucking block. Like, how do you miss that fucking block? And he throws it through contact in the face of Claiborne, jumping and hammering him. He drops this dime down the football. How's it a dime? Well, your job is to get it there. He got it there. Kevin, tough play. I'm never going to blame a guy to make a play and try to get into the end zone. Great for Kevin. Now I hope he builds off that. But Mitch, that ball travels 60 yards in the air. And not being able to step into it to try to win, he willed that ball, Aldo. You know what I'm saying? He took everything in him to try to get it there. And that's where the comp to Favre is. And those fans in Green Bay will tell you he gave them headaches, he gave them worries, but at the end of the day was that he's a Hall of fucking Famer. So hopefully there's one thing you can't teach. You could teach a kid to pass. You could teach a kid to take a snap. You could teach a kid how to anticipate. You could teach a kid to run fast or be faster. You can't teach a kid toughness. You just have to have that. So when I look at that, I've seen guys in these types of games playing under center for the Bears. You can name who the hell ever you want in your head as you're listening. That would have crumbled in that game. From the pressure, from your defense playing like shit, from giving up two special. You all know this. Come on. Recognize a fucking guy that wants to win. I heard the quotes way after I came to this theory that I'm sharing, that my father called me that night and said, this kid is a fucking animal. That's my quote. That's why he's my bear up this week. And I am so excited. I feel more confident in the offense this week than I do what defense is going to show up. The fucking animals themselves. Maybe Mitch needs to talk to the fucking team. Right?
Tyler, what do you think about what Phil is saying with his bear up, Mitch Trubisky?
I mean, when the game was over, I was indifferent. I wasn't as pissed as everybody else was. Like I said this shit last week. I don't listen to the regular commentary bullshit anymore. Excuse my language. And so I'm just now hearing even more about this negative Mitch shit, especially from Bears fans. And I'm trying to let me just be cool. I don't respect nobody. But that's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. And I'm like, I see growth. If I told you this a year after, 2 years after, a year after, however you want to put it, a young man has 13 college starts, goes toe for toe with Brady, and after having 3 consecutive games of over 300 yards in his first year of offense, and he's helping lead a team by showing grit, because along with toughness, you can't teach will. And I don't know, I'm not an expert on a lot of things, but I know willpower when I see it. And when Mitch could have easily bitched out and went out of bounds, the man knew he was trying to win the game. Stayed in bounds. Are you kidding me? On the sideline, when he could have tapped out when all he's talking about is safety. And he's the quarterback on a rookie deal. He didn't get a mega deal. He got the scale deal. So the man showing his teammates, no, guys, I'm out here with you. And we're dogging him. And people, he's having a good game, but he's only running. And he's not da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up, man. The guy's trying to win a game. He's getting first downs. It's now about it's how you do it. He's getting it done. And so he kept us in the game, and that's what I could appreciate from he was close to my bear up, but I just had to give it to Trey because it was just like his best game of the season. But obviously, Trey can't do it without Mitch, right? So it goes hand in hand, and it's like you feel Doc was on point, man. It's growth, man. It's growth, and you and Shane talked about it last week, where we've had so many points and yards with 2 game spans, and it was like guys couldn't pick 4 games last year that we had that amount of production. And so something's happening. And so, man, I won't disrespect nobody, but like anybody talking bad about Mitch, like I get it, perception or whatever. Let's shut up, please. Just shut up and just watch the game. Enjoy the process, guys. Enjoy the process, man. It's one thing to talk about a fan, but you gotta love the game also. And so it's not always going to be perfect how we want it, but you gotta appreciate the growth. We got a fighter. He was looked over in college, man. The guy that started in front of Mitch isn't in the NFL right now. The guy that started over Mitch, his 3 years while he was in North Carolina, Mitch could have left and went somewhere else, but he stayed there. He didn't bitch and moan. He stayed there, learned the system, and when he got his opportunity, he showed out.
Very, very, very good points there. This kid, when you say enjoy the process, it's a lot of people don't because they expect instant results. They expect instant gratification from this. They're not putting into perspective, just as you outlined, Tyler, they're not putting into perspective the fact that this guy is growing into this role. This guy had 13 college starts. This guy is in his 3rd offense in 3 years. This guy is getting there, and he's delivering results even though there's blemishes up and down his play, but that's, again, to be expected. Make the comparison with Deshaun Watson, who everybody, just about everybody, thought that he should have been the number 1 quarterback chosen. Well, Trubisky has 13 touchdown passes this year. Deshaun Watson has 10, and that is with Trubisky having played 1 fewer game. Another very important stat to look at is the rushing yards, because as Matt Nagy correctly pointed out, it's a weapon that Trubisky has, and Watson was never really known as a runner in college. He could do it, but he can't do it as well as Trubisky. So Trubisky is averaging 70 yards per carry on his rushing attempts, where Watson is averaging just exactly 5. And so that is important because what does that do? It leads to lack of sacks. Watson has been sacked 26 times. Trubisky only 14. Why? Because Trubisky is putting that ball under and running and picking up positive yards as opposed to yards lost like Watson is. So you guys are making really, really excellent points about Trubisky. Now, I want to change the subject, talk about this one last topic, and it's a little bit of a downer, but I really want to get this off my chest because I was watching a little bit of tape today and studying Leonard Floyd and what's going on. On a lot of pass rushing plays, Vic Fangio had him lined up at the 9 tech, which is way outside the outside shoulder of the offensive tackle. It's where you place your speed, agile linebackers. He's way out there. Well, I have to question this because you've got quarterbacks now like Brady who are getting rid of the ball quickly. I mean, Leonard Floyd is taking 2-3 steps, and the ball, he's nowhere near Brady, and the ball is already out of Brady's hands. And there were a couple of plays. So that's a coaching thing. And then there were a couple of plays where there's a tight end or a running back in motion, and then Floyd from that 9 tech takes a lateral step like he's going to go follow that guy, and then all of a sudden rushes the quarterback. And again, I'm saying, why the fuck are you doing that? That doesn't make any sense. You're never going to get there in time. Brady's going to get rid of that ball before you can get anywhere near him. So what is going on? Again, you guys know the game much better. Tyler, you played the linebacker position. Phil, you've coached. Tell me what the hell is going on. Is this a total destruction of football common sense? What's happening? I don't know.
Well, I think philosophically they were dropping this kid and playing him to cover the running back and any kind of flat concept. That's what they wanted to do with Leonard Floyd and even Khalil Mack. 18 times Khalil Mack dropped, the most he's ever done in his career, probably on any level, makes complete and utter zero sense. And Leonard Floyd, to your point, that go with the back, then rush is a technique where he's trying to simulate that he's manned up on him and to try to trick Tom Brady into thinking he's getting man, and then they sit back in some sort of zone where the corner's flat waiting on a pass. You're not going to trick Brady with that shit, to your point. So that was why I was so upset, Aldo, is because it was the wrong philosophical plan by a guy that has all these fucking awards and everything, but the last 2 weeks, I don't even know. That Tampa game is the defense attacking and going after. Yeah, you mix in zone. Yeah, you give zone blitzes. Oh, I don't want to blitz that much. Well, you got the horses to help you now. You got to. I'm sorry. You got to be aggressive. In fact, you look at that Seattle game and the Arizona game, when they had leads, they got aggressive and they put them away instead of playing prevent. And you win those games in dog fights as well. So, yeah, with Leonard Floyd, I don't know even about the football player. The concept is dumb as well. It's like you got this athlete. It's almost like Vic is saying the kid's not good enough, but he's a first round. We heard this story. Like, play the fucking best. Is Isaiah Irving is dressed. Give him some fucking reps. Mm-hmm. Why not? Mm-hmm. What are you getting from Leonard Floyd? Like, I counted the first 3 drives, every fucking play Khalil Mack is chipped by a different player, the back goes, checks him. Now Khalil has to take on 2 guys. It slows him up. They get rid of the football. Well, somebody's got to fucking step up. Personnel-wise, Aldo, I have the cure for this. Leonard, fuck bench. Yeah. We're going to send you. You tell me when you want to fucking play, I would say. And then Roy Robinson Harris would be playing fucking that right defensive outside linebacker. And then I'd move Leonard to the left side and let him come from the blind side and continue to do what he. And then you could rotate the 2 of those guys. But they're 2 aggressive athletes. You know, Aaron Lynch would rotate in. I think Roy Robb is fucking fantastic. I mean, Schofield brought him up by his number. I'll bring him up by his name. He can play inside, too. He could play the 5. Jonathan Bullard should never be fucking starting over there. It's like, you know how you have the junior or sophomore kid who's more talented than the senior kid, and the fucking coach plays the senior kid. Mm-hmm. I'm not that fucking coach. I play the best. Every parent would complain and go to the principal or whatever. That's the kind of shit you have to deal with. Do you want to win, or do you want to play a kid just to appease that? He's going to play if he fucking works. And get some dogs out there. And Roy Robb, him and Nichols, I mean, you have fucking talent here. Goldman, Nichols, Hicks, Roy Robb. Put these 2 fucking prima donnas from the SEC on the bench, Bullard and Floyd. Let them rotate in. Get Isaiah Irving. Let's see if he wants it. Start challenging this team. You know you got a dog in Mack. He never takes plays off. And it's not like Leonard Floyd is like a pussy or anything. He's just so, what will we say? He's thinking, he's spinning, he's standing up straight and tall. Yeah, he's getting held,
Phil, let me give you an example of one of the things that disappoints me about Leonard Floyd. I put up this video, which got like 55,000 views.
I saw it. I saw it. The play it should have been a flag.
Exactly. And so obviously I couldn't hear what was going on. But if you're being held like that, you need to scream at the referee, motherfucker, he's holding me. He's fucking holding me. So that even if the ref doesn't throw a flag on that play, the ref is now going to be looking.
You're so right.
And he doesn't do that. He's so soft-spoken.
Tunsil, I put a play up, Aldo, against Miami. They're running an outside zone to the right. Leonard's on the left. I'll put it up again for the Barfly. And Tunsil has a cutoff block. And Leonard shows fucking quickness and beats him to the cutoff. Tunsil puts his arm out, fucking stops him with one arm, holds him, throws him to the fucking ground, complete and utter hole, and pushes him to the ground. Leonard gets up, to his credit, is like, yo, to the ref, yo, and points. Nothing happens. And I wanted to see the next play, because that's what tells you, Aldo. He fucking pity-patted him. He wanted nothing to do with Tunsil. I'll fucking show you. This is the measure of a man. Like, he just fucking bitch-slapped you, held you, prevented you from possibly making a play, and that's your next play is to just be blocked. Leonard Floyd, mentally, I don't know. Don't think he's got it. We've been waiting. I've heard a lot of fucking excuses. I got a lot of shit because I always stood by my truth and what I assessed in that football. I'm going to be wrong. It's a fucking... They're paying millions to people who have all the technology and science, and they fucking can't get it right. But I bank on my fucking belief. If I had to sit down with these guys, I'd know who we should draft, who we shouldn't, based on what the answers I want to hear from you as a person and then your tape. Something like this as a scout, where you get embarrassed, held, thrown down, you're yelling at the ref, and the next play, what? Let me ask you this question, Aldo and Tyler. I know I use this guy a lot, so Lawrence Taylor, okay? Jimbo Covert puts his arm out, grabs him, kicks him in the ass, throws him down, embarrasses him. He gets up, probably wanting to fight Covert, probably not yelling at the ref, but we'll say he fucking yells at the ref. What the fuck? He's fucking holding me. This is bullshit, Chicago bullshit, right? What do you think happens to fucking next play? Like,
holy God.
Or he fucking whips the shit out. He doesn't even give a fuck about the play. He's just gonna fucking maul Jimbo fucking Covert because he is a fucking animal. And unfortunately, in this soccer land, and let's not touch the quarterback. He got fined. He didn't even fucking touch him and he got fined. I feel for him in the wallet, but at the same time, are you playing scared now, worried about that? I don't like that. So it's something to watch. He's not a dog yet. I'll let you know when I've seen him play good because I want him to play good. The last time he did was against Detroit when he got hurt. That was the last time I saw him deliver a fucking blow, extend his arms, contain, understand your pass rush. You're not just fucking, I'm going on a loop stunt, coming clean through B gap. It's
also the last time he had a sack, by the way, that game against Detroit. Yeah, where he got hurt. That's the last time. Tyler, Phil makes the really strong assessment that he doesn't think Leonard Floyd has it.
That's harsh, man.
That's harsh, man. So I got to ask you, do you agree with Phil's assessment that Floyd doesn't have it, or what's your take on it?
I mean, our hopes is that anybody, especially a Georgia dog, will have more of a fight with him. I mean, you see how Roquan coming in. I mean, not scared to put his helmet and the head in there. And so, I mean, with Floyd, it's just like I was a fan, and we're just a long time away from how many meals is he eating? Is he gaining enough weight and all that crap shit? Oh my gosh! And how much pizza and all that bullshit? I'm like, come on, let's just play some football. And so we don't know. Phil knows more. Like when a coaches call a play, they may call a play to set up a play 3 plays from now. And so we don't know. The players only do what the coaches say do. I just don't understand like the concept. Like put Smith on a running back like that. But if you're Floyd, you're supposed to be attached to the hip if it's a running back. But if you're outside running back, you don't give up the fucking outside, man. Exactly. You force them inside so you can get help. Especially a fast dude like White. Stay on the outside. You have the out of bounds as your friend. Force them inside so somebody's gonna help you tackle him. Don't give the man touchdown, man. Let's just keep it 100 proof because that's game. That's mindset and game situational football. But also, I put this back to the coaching though, man. It's just like how many games are we gonna lose on player development? I get players need reps, but we got dogs, like Phil says, that's on the sideline that can help us win in games. But goes back to a point that you guys made last week was we waited a whole damn year for this. We waited a whole damn year for this. We got only 16 of these to get a ticket to the dance, to get a ticket, hopefully, to the show. And how many games are we going to use on not getting guys that are ready to perform? Because you know what helps the guy perform? His ass sitting on the bench watching somebody else do it. Exactly. There's no bigger teacher than somebody else doing your job. Because when you
don't see that, Tyler. We haven't seen that with this fucking team. Who's getting benched? Jordan Howard got benched under John Fox when he fumbled one time in his career until the Miami fucking debacle. I blame Double A for fucking writing that whatever he was doing in the message board. He don't fumble. I heard him on the Barfly too. So it's on you, Double A. I heard next time when I come for the Green Bay game, I'm fucking ordering a burger, not wings. I'll tell you that.
but you spoke on it, man. The more philosophy of it, and so. But the coaches got to put the players in position to win, but it was like a wasted player and a wasted play. You're not fooling Brady with that shit, man. If you're not gonna hit Brady, cover some damn body.
He looked like a JV football player on that. See, I heard Aldo talk about it on Tap with Danny Shimon that night. I cracked up laughing like. He looked like the fucking worst player in the world. I'm done with him. I was like, welcome to the family.
Yeah, and I'm first and foremost a fan,
Yeah, you are.
And so I hate to give up on the players on the team. I hate to say this guy, I don't want to fucking see him on the field and so forth. But sometimes you just get so fucking fed up, and...
No, you have a right. This guy has had, like him and Kevin White have had a lot of opportunities to prove themselves. So Kevin made a fucking Hail Mary catch, and the applause that he got fucking bothered me on the first catch. It was like sarcastic, like finally, now the fucking crowd's going to stand up and be loud. Because I'll let Aldo tell the story about his daughter being there. But I'm making this shit up, sick as a dog, listening to a fucking pin drop. A fucking pin drop at Soldier Field in a close game. That, now they had a kick return. Everybody's concerned. No, get up and cheer louder. You're fucking still winning. And they just don't do it. They don't get it. And I don't have to fucking live in the town or have season tickets to tell you what the fuck a football player, a coach, a fucking team that built the NFL, that is the fucking charter franchise, what the fucking fans should be doing in a close game against a fucking dynasty.
Well said.
I didn't think you needed to know that. It's important. But apparently we fucking do, and I'm the guy that's going to get the criticism for pointing it out because I don't have fucking season tickets. Does that even fucking make sense?
That's idiotic.
Yep.
I live an abusive life, and my abusive life is my fucking fact that I wear the Bears gear, no matter if they win or fucking lose, because I love this fucking team. So it's coming from a place of complete passion and complete honesty that I think we've said it, and I'll say it again. Aldo said it eloquently. The players respond to it. I've asked every guest since I've been to Tampa about every guest that's a broadcaster that's covering the JJ and Grody and these guys. Do the players respond to the crowd? Do they need the absolute? It's not even. It's your job as a fan.
It is your
job to go there.
It is.
It really is. It really is that important.
Yeah.
Now, I don't give a fuck Moses Moreno, Shane Matthews, Jim Miller, fucking Jay Cutler, Caleb Haney, all these fucking guys. You wanted to sit on your fucking hands. That's fine. I've given you that pass. Mm-hmm. I'm giving you. But we drafted this fucking kid. We traded for Khalil Mack. You got Allen Robinson, Turbo, Jordan. You got these players here. The talent is there. Mm-hmm. They're fucking need a message sent, just like sending a player to the bench, as we were talking about. They need a message sent to the fans that you fucking love them and you're fucking here to support them loudly. No matter who they're fucking playing, the greatest of all time or a fucking Sam Darnold, a rookie, coming in this weekend. It's your job. On I'm all downs. I'm fucking third down. Get your fat ass up. Put the nachos to the fucking side. Stand your skinny ass up. Put your fucking purse or pocketbook and your fucking phone scrolling through Facebook down. And watch the fucking game that you paid for. Your hard-earned money, or whoever's, your boyfriend's, your fucking gold-digging friend, whatever it is, just get there and do that one thing. And trust me, you'll enjoy the outcome of it because it is powerful. If music is the pathway to the soul, I know an audience and their emotion cheering you on is the pathway to the heart of a fucking warrior. I know that. I've lived that. I know what I was able to. Tyler, what did you talk about? You talk about will?
Yes, sir.
I know what it was like being on the ground, getting my head rocked, and hearing the fucking band play the fucking song I love to hear. At that time, it was fucking Special Ed's I Got It Made. It would be a doo-doo 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 cat doo-doo doo-doo doo-doo. You'll have to pull that beat up. So if I was on the ground and the band started playing, there's no fucking way I'm staying down. And my buddies who weren't athletes but were in the band knew that shit. Oh, let's get his ass up. And that will comes from the audience, the band, whatever, the drum line, whatever it is that you're bringing to the table to support your team. You all fucking want to turn around your hat or wear your lucky fucking socks. Use your fucking hands and your voice and your feet. And I'll tell you what, you'll get a lot more results from that. But to the other point, send them to the fucking bench and send a message.
And Phil, you're right, man. The fourth phase is the real thing.
It is.
When I say Seattle Seahawks, people automatically think 12th man.
Absolutely.
It's the first thing. Fourth place. Man, I'm from Chicago, man. I'm Evanston. Evanston stand up, first and foremost. And so
Evanston.
That's how I was brought up. My dad and his friends chilling. I lived the 90s. I lived both three-peats, doubles. I lived that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So on your feet, no voice the next day, win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Matter of fact, if we lost, I definitely don't got a voice. That's when you're loudest.
Right.
That's when you should be the loudest but you go through the bad times to appreciate the good. So all the fair weather, fake ass fans that left and went to Dallas, but you know what I'm saying? That's what they do.
Yep.
They do, because right now it's coming. I've been saying this shit all summer last year. It's coming. Because I believe in it. And I believe it because we went through all that. I supported Grossman. I supported that shit because it was my fucking quarterback.
Right.
Fucking quarterback. Okay, Rex, let's fucking go, Rex. Fuck, Rex. Really? Let's
Don't
go.
cry. Don't cry like Tio.
But you go through the bad to appreciate the good. We got a good young man in position that wants to. That Pace did a good job of getting people that were discounted, that were overlooked. Nobody was talking about Mitch. That was like, what? And so, but I like the people that we got because they got people that were undercut, people that want to fight when the chips are down.
Yep.
Remember, Aldo, one point to this, and it wasn't mine. It was actually my wife's. She said, remember this kid? Because she remembers Aldo at camp and Greg Braggs Jr. and you guys were all Ryan Heckman.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, remember the quarterback in her, I'm paraphrasing her point. Remember the quarterback, he stayed out there and signed every fucking fan's autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, every little kid, everything. Do you think he did that because he wanted to project something, or do you think he did it because he truly gives a fuck about being the quarterback of the Bears? Now, take that and fast forward to where we are now, and what I'm telling you my dad's quote was, this kid's a fucking animal. He loves this team. I see it in the way he plays. I am not going to be blind. I'm not going to be meatball with the tape study. I'm not going to not show you bad shit. But I am going to tell you the truth. I had my reservations about Mitch. No more. I know that this guy wants it. And that is the most important fucking ingredient. So that's why you fucking stand up. And my wife's point is a great one. He did it because he cares. You have one job now. Go out there and cheer this fucking kid on, and let's fucking get to the playoffs. Let's get to 5 and 3 or 5 and what are we? 5 and 3? Yeah, 5 and 3. And then get to face the fucking Lions and the Lions fucking fans. And let's fucking be able to talk. I'm going to have a fucking party like it's fucking 2099, for God's sake.
I love it. Let me tell everybody that the betchicago.com, they have a tagline that says, just don't play the game. Just don't watch the game. Go to the game. Just don't watch the game. Participate in the game. And let me also add that if you are going to the game, you should give TixBlitz.com a look because they've got the best prices. There's no service fees when you order your tickets at TixBlitz. And if something were to happen to you at the game, some scaffolding falls on you, then the people to call are Vidoliak Law Group. Those are our 3 major sponsors. I got them all
You're
in.
pretty good at this.
Hey, man, you study.
Put them right in there. You got all the sponsors in there.
All right, let's start with the shout-outs, gentlemen.
Oh, you got to let your guests bring the shout-outs.
Oh, yes, Mr. Tyler Ellis. First of all, I want to shout you out, man, because not only did you bring it here, but you bring it all the time on the Barfly Tailgate Show, which you are a part of on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. on Mixlr.com. If you have not heard the Barfly Tailgate Show, then you are doing yourself a disservice because it is the most unique pregame show out there regarding the Chicago Bears. You have a of diehard football fans.
Aldo?
Do you see me?
We lost you for a second.
Oh, okay.
Did it freeze for you, Tyler?
He froze for a second.
No,
yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
No problem. So I was saying that Tyler is part of the Barfly Tailgate Show. It is the most unique pregame show out there. It is so well done. These guys come with information. They debate each other. They talk fantasy football. They give you the lowdown on the opposition. They comment on the previous game. They got it all covered, and it's a 3-hour show. Who the hell does this? A 3-hour show. These guys.
Only us.
Exactly. Only at the Bears Barroom Radio Network, where we bring you about 10 to 20 hours a week of original Chicago Bears content. So, Tyler, you brought it, just like you do at the Barfly Tailgate Show. So you get to begin with your shout-outs.
Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate the time. Shouting out first, thank you, the Tailgate Show. Diddy, Jer, Bobby, Nikki, Double A, Dad. I just got to shout out my guys from the show to start it off, because I'm a product of my association and the environment. And so I appreciate my team. I'm nothing without my team. I'm a small fish in what is a wave of the bar room coming to the future. And so started with my team, but then I'm Shane, Aldo, Doc, everybody, beat everyone. I just gotta shout you guys out. And then it's just the Barflies. This is what this is about. I mean, it's too emotional, but it's bigger than football. I mean, it brings people together, man. I would have never met y'all any other way. And so this is the beauty of the human race, real talk. And I don't want to get corny and cheesy with it, but it's just like, we don't know what's going to happen 5 years from now. You can only take with you the connections. You can't take money, cars, clothes, and whatever else. It's the connection with the fellow human beings. And so it's just like, Walter is smiling down right now that he knows that he impacted so many people and from his life before he did on the field, that we can sit here today and cheer for the Bears in a positive light. And so with my shout outs, man, it is I'm freaking out. I'm probably going to freak about this tomorrow. 100 proof is like, it's a blessing, and it's impactful, and it's bigger than me, because I can't wait to hear the next Super Barfly, because I want to see who's next, who's going to earn it next. And 100 proof, I think it was September 6, 2016. And it was like, wow, these guys have been putting in some work. And this is what it's about, the longevity, leaving a legacy. Okay, it's not about the short-term success. A lot of people play the lottery tonight because they want instant gratification, instant success. But with the bar room, what you guys feel you all have done here has put in time. You have got to pay it forward, to put in the time to know that it will build into fruition itself and like blossom something beautiful, man. And I'm just happy to be a small part of it.
And a growing part of it. Thank you very much. Very, very eloquently said. Truly appreciate those comments. Man.
We have a Barfly church we're opening up. We need a preacher. This guy's bringing the truth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very, very well done.
You know what? Appreciate what you guys have done, man.
Real quick.
Thank you.
Which I can't help saying. It's so organic, guys. I don't play. But talking to Barflies from around the world, Aldo, to volunteers that want, like, yo, I want to say my truths and to meet you, Dr. Phil, and blah, blah. But the energy of what Bears Barroom has given them, that they feel so much a part of. That's what I was looking for. And I'm so nervous to talk to you. But the bar room is the trump card. It's the thing that they keep saying is so important. And that is expressed by you, Tyler, so well. And that's why I think you have to give a voice to the people that are ambassadors to what your talent is. And that's what I think why this is so important. So you being a super Barfly is really important, especially the first one. And I want to shout you out personally in front of you and say I'm so grateful to have been able to not only be a part of this, but to have Aldo and all the listeners that are listening in have this captured on how important this is to you. And that is why you are what you are. And I know there's more of Tyler out there, not the same person, but feel the same way. and that makes my effort in what I do, and I'm sure Aldo feels the same way. It's so well worth it. So well worth it.
Very, very nicely said. All right, Phil, give us your list of shout-outs.
Well, I got to shout out my boy, the smartest man in the bar room. I hope he feels better. I missed my segment tonight with him, my rhymes. Oh, yeah. Love it. All I need is a fucking reefer drop. I'd be great.
That's coming up.
Are we calling Locked on Bears with Tyler tonight? Yo, Lauren Cox, Tyler. Motherfucker talking about 6 touchdown passes he fucking should have thrown. How about fucking understand that there's 2 that had fucking interference calls on him, motherfucker?
Hey, I'm game.
I was smoking fucking reefer.
There it is. I got to shout out my boy Joe Mandel. Even though I want to say Mandel. Just so much a better flow, Joe. Talk to the parents. Talk to the parents. And I want to congratulate him because he's not only did a great job moderating, but he's also fucking outkicked his coverage.
Yes.
He put a ring on it.
Yes.
So
did you see that?
Aldo could put a fucking Beyonce drop finally and make some of our female barflies so happy. finally hear that at post. But I got to congratulate Joe and his new fiance and wish them all the best. He also brought a song, and you know how I feel about music. Guys that bring songs, I don't know. I'm a music guy. I love it. It speaks to me. But I also want to shout out Steve Zimzima, Pablo, Jaques, remember?
Pablo Jax, what a great fucking name. That's like in a western, you know. You got Dakota Slim over here and Pablo Jax.
Awesome. Someone like goes into the bar, the old cowboy bar room and pushes those double doors and it's like,
exactly.
Where the fuck is Pablo Jax? It's totally that. I love that dude. Talk about a barfly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ruin any scouting, but that guy. I want to shout out my boy David Haley in LA. I'm gonna interview David. He's an actor over there in Los Angeles. Big freaking barfly. I can't wait to talk to him. Aaron Miklowski, the Pope, MJ Pope. He was at the fucking Miami game sending me videos of fucking Khalil Mack getting held because he was sitting in the fucking end zone. So when the Bears were anywhere near down there, he's showing me every play live where he's fucking getting tackled and raped. Whoa. It was awful. So thanks to him. Greg Braggs Jr., speaking of video guys, Greg, champion of Bar Room. I see you guys shouting out Bears Hour Live, Bears 100 Proof, the On Tap Show, Buffon 55, Uncle Mikey on Fridays, the Mike North Advantage. You got to start fucking taking. I got to fucking start. I wish I had some fucking money to bet, Mike. Can you just fucking throw me one bet that's going to win? Just to start me off. Can you play that on his show? Play this drop on his show.
I will.
Mike, this is Draft Dr. Phil. Fucking living check to check. I got 4 kids, a mortgage. I need your help. You're the fucking best in the business. Just put in a bet for me to start me off. Then I take all your bets with the startup that I win. All right, Mike?
I love it. Well done.
Brett K. Maley. I fucking love Maley.
Yeah, he's great.
Maley's a real... Maley dubbed me the realist painter. Yeah. He's a realist on Twitter. I love that guy. Ben Alexander deserves a shout-out. Bobby Bombs. Bobby Bombs was out this week. I gotta say this. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. I'm not even on camera, so you could cut it if not. But this guy's been through the fucking hurricane, lost the roof of his house, has to deal with the insurance, had to fly back from Arizona to help take care of his family. And it's just been a whirlwind for him on that level. And then he has his significant other have some trouble with her health on top of it after all of this, with all the stress, I'm sure, and everything they're dealing with. But Bobby will text me or call me and make me laugh every day. And that's the kind of fucking guy, again, to your point, Tyler, that I would never have met if it wasn't for Bears Barroom. And I fucking love that dude like a brother. Like I love Aldo and Shane. And now you automatically, once you get into the Super Barfly Club, not only do you get a Draft Dr. Phil pillow, you're also going to get my love. I hear you, Double A. Ryan Cox, the professor, another guy, Aldo, deserves a shout out, man.
Yes, he does.
Guys that go above and beyond the call. Jim Larison, my boy Jim, another guy I would never have met if it wasn't Bears Barroom. He's the reason why I got to experience Aldo, the Peyton Hill, fucking karaoke with Aldo. I will never forget that, Aldo, for the rest of my life. It was so funny and so fun. Did I blow that promo? Because I didn't mean to, but no. I'm just saying it truthfully. Those things that I experienced in the Bears game, unbelievable. Ryan KB 34, true blue, true blooded. He's ready. He wants Bears Barroom in his life. I think he would marry Bears Barroom if it was a fucking female. The Sandlins, Heather and Chris, a barroom couple, guys. Yeah. A Bears Barfly couple. I've had to make my wife a Barfly. Now she's a Barfly, but these two are really champion fans of Bears Barroom. Bearlissimo across the pond. Guy's got football knowledge coming out of his fucking tea and crumpets every morning. This guy knows his stuff. I love that dude. Curtis Hammond. As I'm saying it right? Hamende?
I don't know the proper pronunciation, but
we need to get him. I tried to interview him, but he's so nervous. Curtis, I'm saying it on the show. Not a problem, brother. Your paintings speak the truth to me.
Beautiful stuff.
We'll have to have fucking Brett come on and assess one of your paintings, for God's sake, on a future show. Because your paintings and your effort and your love for Bears Barroom, that's all I need to see. That's all I love. Nate Giovannone, Zero Dark 30, the bearded Bears fan, Aaron Current. What a guy. In Kentucky with the fucking accent and all. I'm a man. I love fucking accents. If you have the thickest one, I want to fucking talk to you. That's my favorite thing in the world. So don't even get upset. I just loved him. Sandy Tom, another fucking thick, I was going to say Irish.
No.
Thick, Scottish. He was going to get pissed at us. Sandy is one of the another story for me personally. This fucking guy I would never have met if it wasn't for Bears Barroom and the shows and talking Bears. He's a Bear fan to the core, a Barfly to the fucking 10th power. And he's coming with me to see the Giants with my wife. I'm actually having him come down. I'm going to take him down to New Haven. I'm going to film it, taking him to pizza down in Connecticut. The best pizza voted in the world. Yes, in the world, Chicago, in New Haven, Connecticut. I'm going to let Sandy from Scotland, and he's going to come down. Just a great man. I'm going to save some other stories about Sandy for a future show, but dude, I love him like I love Tyler and Bobby. Kieran, another fucking across the pond. John Bradley, you've been tracking his story through me. I've asked you to close your eyes and pray.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you the truth now. Right? You remember that last week, Tyler, on 100 Proof, I said at the Shoutouts, please just do this one thing for me. Close your eyes, send positive energy and thoughts to John Bradley and his son, who's going through heart trouble and surgery.
Yep.
Literally, Aldo can attest, because I was so moved by the DM I got at 4:45 a.m. At 11:15 or 11:30, I said that in East Coast time, 4:45 a.m. my time, whatever time that is. The next day, it's, what is it, 8 hours difference? So 4 o'clock their time. The next day, I get a DM 4:45 a.m. for me, telling me how my thoughts and everything we've talked about really helped him, and the son is doing great and is gonna go through this surgery and everything's up and up, and how positive news came through that night. So if you don't believe in the power of prayer or spirit or whatever you believe in, as I'm not a religious guy, I'll be the first to tell you, but I believe in God and spirit and energy, and I believe in positivity. And John Bradley, I love you, brother. I so appreciate your kind words and what the Bears Barroom family and myself mean to you and the shows. You are a fucking true blue-blooded. I know you fucking across the pond British fucks don't like to show your emotions. That's I know that, but I show my emotion, and I am gonna tell you, your words and your sharing your emotion meant a lot to me, because I know what that is. Cousin Heidi from tropical Acapulco. What an accent on this woman, huh? Just a true blue Bears fan. Barfly, not afraid to be an ambassador. Kevin Janowski. I'm going to go through them all quick because I know I'm long. Taplid, my boy Taplid. Space Lion. Tweetness. Dustin, my boy Dustin Reagan Padilla. Zeke. I don't know where you've been. Stacy Hefner. I'm going to interview you. Joe Moscone. Chachi, you deserve a fucking shout out, Chachi. You're an ambassador. You're a fucking guy that steps up for the truth. Don't let anybody kid you. I so appreciate you. EJ Jones down in South Florida. We're going to turn this around. My boy Ryan Badge. My boy Ryan Badge deserves a shout. I did a fucking awesome job taking over for Bobby, dealing with some family stuff. Did a tremendous job. He'll also be hosting breaking news, moderating rather, Bears Hour Live next week with me when we have Emery Hunt on. It's going to be Ryan Badgley.
Wow.
Hair Bear, Mr. English Bear. I didn't forget you and Mark from Dubai. I love you guys. I'm going long. The music's playing. They're trying to play me off. George T. Ray. We're going to meet up. Ashley. Oh, Schmashley Bear. That's all I got tonight, guys. You all. I have so many more that I won't get to. I'm writing a fucking Barfly song, a Bears Barroom song, breaking news, a hidden secret. Aldo doesn't even know. I'm going straight to the fucking core of hip-hop, coming back on the camera, and I'm going to write my fucking Reality of the Truth song. So that's going to be straight hip-hop. I'm going to put Barfly names in it. I'm going to call out frauds. You're going to see things you never saw before. So you're not even going to believe how dope this song is, because I haven't even fucking written it yet, but I know it. I felt it today at the gym. I said, I got a beat right now that I am going to flow on. It is, if it takes me a year, that's what it takes, because I got to say what I have to say about Bears Barroom and some of you ambassadors, including Aldo Gandia, for believing in it and doing it. So everybody, every Barfly thing from everything's open, because I am going to write a song. I really am. I'm telling you. That's that. Aldo, you have any shout-outs?
I do. I actually do have one that I am going to share with you after I do these promos. Kevin Schrader's player performance grades comes out tomorrow at BearsBarroom.com. Kevin does a great job of analyzing the All-22 and assigning grades to every player that hits the field for the Bears. You can disagree with the grades, but it is worth checking out because this guy puts the work in. He has some really good opinions on the Bears' performance. Buffon 55 will be live on Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Central. They've got a very special guest, Phil. You're going to be jealous. His name is...
Guests in the bar room. I love it.
Adam Rank will be with John. Adam is going to provide a preview of the New York Jets. Adam actually predicted that the Jets would be a playoff team in 2018, and the Jets are 3-4. So we'll see if what Adam has to say about their performance. He will be with John Buffon and Bears Girl. That's Buffon 55 on Mixler.com, 8:30 p.m. Central, and then podcast
Gotta
version
listen to that
right afterwards. On Friday, the Mike North advantage. As Phil said, Mike is 21-5-2. He's the hottest NFL sports handicapper in the nation. Now, I didn't forget Let's Talk It Out on Thursday. That show is sort of up in the air, and the reason why is because I am traveling to Galena, Illinois on Thursday, and I may not be in time to help Trey with his show, and so he's trying to make some arrangements for a backup to get his Let's Talk It Out, our public service show out in the air, because it's so important to him and so important to the listeners. So he's doing his best to make that happen. But I will be out in Galena on Thursday, and this is my shout out. It is to Jim Lynn, who passed away last week. Jim was a very special person in my life. I've had a handful of people in my life who, if it wasn't because of the grace of God that I was able to meet these people, and benefit from their kindness, benefit from their knowledge, benefit from their inspiration, I don't know where I would be right now. I grew up in a very tough neighborhood, in a dysfunctional family, with a lot of crime around me, and I needed the help and the mentorship of many people to get to where I am now. And thank God that I had Jim Lynn in my life, because once I entered corporate America, I had difficulty making the adjustment of being in that type of lifestyle. But Jim believed in me. He nurtured me. He was one of my heroes in corporate America, and I would not be living the lifestyle that I'm living now if it wasn't because of Jim's belief in me. He passed away at a much too early age because of cancer, and hashtag fuck cancer, hashtag fuck cancer, hashtag fuck cancer. You should not have taken him away from his loving family and friends, but he is now in a better place near God, and I'm sure that he is continuing to do his work to help others from high above. So I will be there on Thursday celebrating the life of Jim Lynn and having a good cry or two. And remember, if you drink, please do not drive, and always bear down!
Bear down, baby.
God bless Jim Lynn. Strong words.
Very much, man.
This was a passionate show, Aldo, tonight.
Yes, it was.
There's bringing Tyler on. You know, you bring anybody new on. How are they going to mesh? How are they going to come on? How are they going to respond? I mean, I knew Tyler was going to bring it. You never know how it's going to, but I'm talking, this is one of my favorite shows. The spirit, the passion, the power, your last words of emotion, I could see it in your face and your body. I think you needed to say that, because sometimes at those moments where people who are so important to us pass on, we don't get the opportunity to say what they meant to us in front of people. But here, with so many thousands of downloads and so many fans worldwide for this show, and him being a reason you've been able to be the, foundation, the building of this. Bears bar room.
Well, and let me share one thing.
Impressive.
Thank you, Phil. Let me share one other thing about Jim that I was very, very fortunate and blessed to have done. My wife and I would drive up to Galena every year to spend a day or two with the Lynns. And about 2 years ago, and this was before anyone knew he was sick, including Jim himself. He was in perfect health at the time. That's how fast and quick and deadly cancer can be. We were having dinner, and just out of the blue, it just popped into my soul and my head and my mouth to express to him face to face what he meant to my wife and me. And I just spoke from the heart and told him. And I was so glad that I did. On the ride home, my wife and I talked about it, and we were just so happy that we were able to express that, articulate that to him. And so I encourage everyone that is listening to do that, to find that person in your life that perhaps you haven't talked to in a while who has made an impact in some way, and give them a call, send them an email, send them a text. But hopefully face-to-face would be even better if you can, and tell that person what they meant to you, because you just never know what tomorrow holds. And so don't live with the regret of not having done that. And so I'm so happy and so satisfied that I was able to do that before I knew that he was going to leave us. And Jim was the type of guy that you thought he was just going to live to 100, perfect health. Every morning he got up, and if you've ever been to Galena, it's hilly, and he'd walk up hills, and he's in great shape and so forth. And the greatest personality. This guy was just so. I defy anybody who would have met him to have said that guy's an asshole. Nobody ever said that about Jim Lynn. Nobody. This guy was great. It was part of the reason he became a corporate titan. All these other gruff, cigar chomping corporate guys all loved Jim. Jim was like the opposite of them. He was in the hospitality industry, so you knew that he was just authentically great person, and he was rewarded for being a great person, and then he just always gave back. He was just a great guy. So I encourage everybody to search out that one person who's meant something in your life, and let him or her know what they mean to you.
See, I hear the music in the background.
You know that music, right?
Oh my God, this was my beat, Aldo, and you're getting me pumped. Like, I got two preachers in here for the Bears Barroom Church. It's like, I thought Tyler gave a great sermon. Now Aldo's coming in. Everyone's like, yo, your fucking rants. I got so many DM. Like, your rant gets me so fucking amped up. Like, I want to fucking destroy somebody at work.
We got to put like a warning signal. Hey, listening to this rant can cause bodily harm to someone next to you.
But you got me amped up there, man. I know we're a little over the time and what have you, but I want to say that it takes a strong human being to do these scary things that other people, are leery of. And I mean, to share an emotional story or your true feelings or how important somebody is and the fact that you love them. Like, I don't just say, oh, I love Sandy Tom. Like, if Sandy Tom called me right now, I'd be like, all right, we're finishing up. I'm going to call you right back, and I'll be up and talk to Sandy Tom because I know the person now. Same with you, Tyler. That's who I am. That's who Aldo is, and what that person meant, and sharing your story. It only takes one thing, your truth. You listen to that, as Aldo said, and I'll paraphrase you because you don't know what it was. It was something in your gut or your head that made you speak your truth. You don't know what it is, but you have that treasure. And he was talking about, Tyler, my boy Gaines was talking about you taking me to Peyton Hill. And I could feel his spirit there. I'm not even fucking kidding you. I honestly was getting a little choked up. Yeah, I could feel it. And it was special to me. Now, some people in the world don't believe in aliens. I'm one of those people that do. Some people don't believe in spirit or death or angels or God, whatever. I'm not here to debate about any of that, but I do want you to know that I believe Walter was there. I believe someone told Aldo to speak that truth to that man. And that is important. And the message you're sending, Aldo, my wife said it to me. She's like, when I was doing this, do you know how many people you touch, like, with your words that resonate with them, that come? I mean, look at this guy, Tyler. I would never know, but and look at you, Aldo. You know, the songs I've wrote about you. You know what? I want to hear one fucking Aldo Gandia song. Can you do that one for me and play us out? It never gets played, but it's to the Phil Collins, and last night's show reminded me of that. Oh shit, I did that, Aldo. It's Aldo from That's All.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I do. Let me see.
I'll go in the Dropbox and share it with you. We're not live, right?
We're not live, no. We should be. Everybody wants us to be live on that.
I'm glad it's not live. I think the things that you do, like what you did for BHL, I'm not fucking blowing smoke. That shit was fucking phenomenal that you were able to clean up what happened live.
My
like
fucking
that.
mistakes from the live show.
Yeah, even if it was your mistake, we all fucking make mistakes. Come on. It was fucking... That is poetry right there. I'm serious. You did such a...
Do you know the name of that
Godfather's name is Aldo. That's the name of the song.
Oh, there it is.
You found it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Tyler, this song came to me. I was fucking listening. This was at the beginning of my... This is a spiritual moment, actually, captured right here. I'm not fucking making this up. I said I gotta fucking do something different. I'm so fucking pissed off that I keep carrying this weight. I don't understand. I'm eating the proteins. I'm doing everything these doctors are asking. And my outlet to my frustration is the show and the creativity. I'm at the gym listening to this station on Pandora. It's like classical hip hop or something. Classic goes pop. Or classic goes hip-hop. No, classic goes pop. So it's classical music playing pop songs. And then Phil Collins comes up, and all I heard was the lyrics as I was under the fucking bench press at the gym. And that's the story of what Aldo's going to play and why I wrote it for him. Do you got it?
Yep.
All right.
When you thought he was going alright, we found out he's wrong when he thought he was right. It's always the same, it's just a shame, Aldo. If you say guard, he says you're right. You say pass Russia, he wants to fight. It's always the same, it's just a shame, Aldo. He stays up late to produce the show, with Maker's Mark in heart and soul. Listeners feel it with every drop that he does pull. You all know that Portery, the fiery guy that we call Barkeep, producing flame, Godfather's name's Aldo. Turning us on, shouting us out, 100 proof, truth is all about. New Barflies and listeners coming in all the time. Producing shows, staying up all night. Instigating Phil and Shane to fight. Producing flame, Godfather's name's Aldo. He stays up late to produce the show, with Maker's Mark in heart and soul. Listeners feel it with every drop that he does pull. You all know that Portery, the fiery guy that we call Barkeep, producing flame, Godfather's name's Aldo. 100 proof that Bears podcast got it all for you. Aldo's coming through on 100 proof that Bears podcast got it all for you. The Godfather. Yeah, the truth is Bears ball. Aldo Gandia. The Godfather. Producing. The super producer.
I'm getting like goosebumps because this fucking wasn't planned, bro.
That's hot. You felt it.
I felt it. I swear on my sons, that shit just came to me again. Like, oh shit, I got it. Is this the perfect song for this fucking show?
That's a perfect song for what Aldo just said.
Exactly.
Showing appreciation while the man is here, and so because I was pissed off when everybody gave when Michael Jackson and everybody wanted to talk shit and say how much they missed him. Like, fuck that. The man was alive this whole time, the last decade. No, he didn't.
Exactly.
No, he did was make him feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was here. We could have told him how he was the king of pop.
Yeah.
And everything. Same thing with Prince. And like, no, give that appreciation while he's still here, man. That's an awesome ass song, Phil. And Aldo, man, I was fucking starstruck, bro. Our first time, I was nervous as shit. The first show, the gate show, I was like, oh shit, it's Aldo. But no, man, you're the wizard, bro. You're a fucking wizard behind it all, man.
That's what that song is about.
Well, what's
I
funny?
couldn't even make it up, Aldo. We all know that Portery, that fiery guy that we call Barkeep, producing flame, Godfather's name's Aldo. Like, come on, bro. I'm standing up and taking a fucking bow. I'm like, that shit. Like, when? That shit needs to be played more. That's it. That's one of my honest truth. Top 5 songs in I've never released my top 5. That is one of my top. Like, that was a spiritual moment for me because it was that fucking next day that I got the answers to what was ailing me. I was recording that song from a great place. I was looking at how far we've come with Bears Barroom and Aldo believing in this shit. And you know what? If I'm singing and I'm putting my creative, touches on shit and I'm going to make it perfect. And those lyrics just came to me and I don't know. I'm so happy we got it on the show tonight. It's like a fucking, a Gronk spike.
We have to find somebody that does a good Casey Kasem impersonation.
I used to be able to impersonate him, like, this is a special dedication. I got to, hear him, and then I get
That's pretty close. Tyler, do you know who Casey Kasem is?
You don't remember this dude? Oh.
Casey Kasem was a radio DJ who was popular because he was syndicated all across America, and every weekend he would do a top 40 rundown of the biggest hits going on in America. And
he's the one who started that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a whole show, right?
Exactly. He had a whole show, and he did other things too, but that his claim to fame was the fact that he was America's DJ, probably behind Dick Clark and American Bandstand. But here's a famous Casey Kasem rant where he lost it in the studio.
To our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio, and here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is last goddamn time. I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
That's just classic.
He also was the voice of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, that's right, the old Scooby-Doo show. Hey,
Scoob!
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you can hear it when it first started.
This guy had some pipes,
the first thing, you can hear Shaggy.
Yeah.
This next dedication goes to a boy in D.C.
We need to do that for Draft Dr. Phil's top 40 songs, and we do a countdown.
That would be great. I got to get to 40.
I think you got 40 songs. Well, definitely with the Christmas songs.
Oh, the Christmas ones I do, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm writing 2 as we speak now. Well, 3 with the one that I proclaimed is going to be the hip-hop masterpiece, Barfly.
That one you need to save for when the Bears win that playoff game.
Yeah, that's that night.
Oh, baby.
All right, fellas.
What a show, Aldo.
Yeah.
Great job, Tyler.
Oh, thanks, guys, man. I hope I didn't fuck it up, man. That's all I was worried about all day.
What? I think we got some radio gold for Aldo to play with tonight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you both brought it, by the way, Aldo. Great job. Thanks for playing the special ed. That was my beat, Aldo.
Well, close.
And thanks for playing the song at the end.
You got it, brother.
The Super Barfly segment is gonna be hot.
Oh yeah, people are gonna be talking about that.
Oh yeah, I want that Scully.
Yes. I'm gonna hit you up on to get your mailing information. So we'll take care of that.
And he's coming live with me. He's gonna be with me in New York.
Oh, nice.
So I was thinking we were all gonna go Twitter live, but is there a way? If you guys are, because Bobby's gonna be with me. Tyler's gonna be there. I think Diddy's there. Shane, I think, is coming.
And my brother.
Who else? Heidi, Sandy Tom from across the pond, Ben Driscola.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
we're gonna have like a bar. Who else? There's somebody else. Oh my god, I just lost their name. We're gonna have like a Toshin Van Barfly tailgate show live.
That's in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's December 2nd.
Oh, okay. That's the okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
We'll promote the shit out of that
for sure.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
All right, boss.
All right, gentlemen. Great job. Always fun. And Tyler, you are an emerging star at the Bears Barroom Radio Network, brother. Really
I think a lot of barflies are gonna be talking about this.
I hope everybody likes it. I hope people like. I mean, I'm still a fan. I'm a fan of the show. I'm a fan of the show. Period. I was telling the other guys that. So I hope people like the show. Period, man. Shit was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came on, and you're going to be a part of selecting the future Super Barfly next week.
Ooh, nice.
So there you go.
Interesting. Awesome. All
right, brothers.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
All right, Aldo.
Thanks,
great job.
Likewise.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Take care.
Talk to you tomorrow.